Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Immortal War. This time, I'm going to borrow from every other person on this channel except Mira, I think, and I'm going to force one of my players to give us a recap of what happened last time. But I think we're going to go with Mira rather than do rolling because Mira's whole family got destroyed, and that's kind of funny.
Oh, why are you spoiling it for me already? Yeah, my whole family died, and everyone keeps laughing about it, and it makes me sad in my heart and in my soul. In fact, the only person who has not made fun of my family dying is Amy. What's good, Ames? Let's see here. Other things that happened. One group attacked a bunch of very obviously innocent guys who just happened to be camped out by an upturned cart where a tragedy obviously happened, and
Cop
they
violence.
were trying to they were trying to raise money for the funeral for these guys, and so rudely that group decided to actually tear them asunder with blades because we're uncultured bastards. Alongside that, a dashingly handsome, roguish, definitely not samurai, ended up in an area and almost mistakenly killed an innocent person. It's tough, in this world
An
whenever your
innocent
whole
fish
family gets
person.
killed. Yeah, an innocent fish person. And was in fact led there by a one-armed bandit, and I'm not talking about gambling. Um, and there was a fat guy involved at some point, who is a big black ox in his own words, with that kind of spacing and everything. So that was fun. And yeah, I met a really good smith, an angry owl, a fat large man, and a total asshole. Um, oh yeah, and there was ninja shit that happened too. Is
Oh
that a good
man,
recap?
I love the fat Russian man. His name is Team Fortress.
Yeah, that's about the recap I can give you. I hope it's a good one.
Okay, I'm never picking on Mira again.
Woo!
So,
Well, now we all know what to do.
Right.
listen,
We learned.
I will know that you motherfuckers are doing it to be goofsters and gaffsters.
See, I
So,
am
shut
I
up.
am
I wonder who you could be
exclusively
describing.
I'm exclusively a goofster and gaffster. You should have known this from the beginning.
Yes.
You give off big goof energy.
Thank you.
So we're actually going to start this session off with a little bit of a scene where we hear a shamisen being strummed from like just a ring, and then we hear Shion's voice, and we see the Imperial City. It has two massive artificial mountains built up on a tiered city that strides either side of a river delta. Ships just filling the ocean outside. He says, thousands of years ago, our people came to Ameko, following the visions of the first emperor. Legend says that where they landed, the emperor planted a flag, from which a mountain sprung out along the shore. Here, the capital of our empire would be born, Amagane, the imperial city. Here, in the land of the million kami, the emperor rules. Deep in the heart of the city stands the lofty abode of the celestial emperor and his immortal regent. The shogun looks down upon their realm, at mortal joy and woe. By word and might he rules over the transients, the petty yearning, and mortal passion. All who have known him have vanished like a mist, yet the shogun pursues a different principle. And we are actually going to start with our team that we left on last time, the Eastern team, the people who have not been involved in cop violence yet. And yeah, you guys are sat down in the main room of the inn, and you are being treated to a nice big meal by the Namazu. They've made like a 7-course meal in one course. Anything you can think of is there. How are you guys getting along with one another now that you're sat down to eat?
Hiroki is eating as if he's never eaten before. You're pretty sure he isn't breathing.
Oh, yeah.
No decorum, no grace.
Oh yeah.
This man has a funny face.
I'm sitting as far to the edge as I possibly can, away from everyone. I've got like everything set up like nice, and so I've got like it's a tavern, so I'm sure they probably gave me like the one like spoon and the butter knife
Oh
and
no,
like the
you've got
bowl.
chopsticks. Did you supply your
Chopstick.
own?
Oh yeah, duh. Yeah, this is duh. Chopsticks. And so I'm sitting as far to the edge as possible. I've got my elbows off of the table, prim and proper, sitting up straight, just so eating quickly, efficiently. I don't want to be seen with these people.
Well, take a
And I just
-3 to your moods, everyone, because you're eating without a table. This place doesn't have tables.
Oh
Ooh,
no.
You're just
holding
sitting
this like a
on.
peasant.
I'm about to have a mental break and blow up an anti-grain warhead. You
Oh
can't do
man.
this to me.
Yeah, this place is very
-3 in mood.
poor. You're basically
that
sitting
was
on
a
straw
meme.
mats.
I'm upset. Everyone disliked that.
Sitting
Yeah,
on straw
everybody
mats,
disliked
holding the
that.
bowls and eating out of them as you wish.
Oh, you know who is actually not upset about this at all?
Hiroki.
Hiroki. Probably would talk about the virtues of, yeah, like, no, he's not talking. He's just like, oh, God, it's so good. Like,
Yeah. I mean, I probably don't care too much that we don't have a table, but I am definitely not going at it like Hiroki is. I'm somewhere in
Suguru
the
is.
middle between my brother being super prim and proper and Hiroki just going ham. I'm just kind of sitting there eating like a normal person would eat.
Oh, Suguru's eating just like you, Hiroki. In fact, you two, he's making you have to like fight to be the person eating the fastest.
oh, yeah, we're like jostling back and forth, like trying to get no, that bow's mine. No, that bow's mine, like sort of thing. Like, not like mean, but
Oh
definitely
yeah, like
like
he's even doing
snipping
tricks
chopsticks
on
at
you
each
where he
other.
like takes his chopstick, taps you on the shoulder. When you look away, he steals a bun that you had.
Oh, absolutely. And Hiroki is playing the same way. Like, probably at one point he does that and he goes, oh, so that's how we're playing it then. And, like, just takes a plate and, like, flings the plate of, like, buns or rolls in the air and then just, like, spears 3 of them on a chopstick.
Oh Jesus! Didn't your parents teach you not to play with your food?
Oh,
You're
oh, my
adults.
parents died a while ago. Oh, like,
I could make sense.
Fukuro is not eating because she can't without taking her mask off, so she's going to wait. But she does look at you, Kuchiki, when you say that, and she's like, "Didn't yours ever tell you not to put your foot in your mouth at the table?"
Mm. I don't like these people, brother. And I just say this very like just like the say. I don't care. Everyone can hear it. I just look over to my brother and say that.
Shion like feigns
Or my
injury
cousin.
and is like, "My lord, I've done nothing to slight you."
Mm. Yes. Whatever. I. Are we done eating? I just.
oh, I'm gonna be eating here. I'm gonna be here for a while. Like, just continues, like, to slam down food.
Yes. Yes. Remember to breathe.
Oh, yes, of course. Wise and noble person. oh, just like
Fukuro just mutters, "Not getting any tonight," between the two of them. Looking at like you and Suguru, who have like probably eaten half of all the food.
oh yeah, and probably like this is fantastic. Actually, and he pulls another mon from God knows where, because again, still in his tidy whities. Sets it on the table, or not a mon,
Like a
oh,
Zenny or a Boo or something.
no, like a full. What's the big one?
Oh, a
Kombu?
Koku?
Koku. Yeah, pulls out a
Enough to
Koku.
feed a person for a year.
Yeah, just pulls out a koku and sets it on the table and
Yeah, you
goes,
put a golden koban on the table.
yeah, and I'm just like, this is fantastic. Whoever made this deserves this.
And behind like a like a shoji, we see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little Namazu head peeking around the corner, and all of them looking at the coin. Their eyes get a little bit wider before the biggest of them, the sous chef, I guess you could say, kind of bowls his way through the others. And he's big by Namazu standards. He's at least 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
And still makes the little squeaky toy noises as he walks over with a little chef hat on, grabs the koban, sniffs at it, gums it a little.
Oh, it's real. This is really good. Did you make this?
Of course I did. Do you
Oh,
think that these layabouts could have made such sumptuous victuals?
Oh, he probably, like, gulps down his food, pauses and looks at him and goes, I honor you because you honor me with your craft. And just like a very deep bow before just turning back to the table and ravenously eating again.
He toddles over to look back at the other Namazu and goes,
See, this is the respect that I demand. If I am not given it, you all will be the next meal.
Oh God.
and they're all like, their eyes get a little bit wider for different reason, but they still have the same expression of,
Yeah.
they have no ability to change their facial expression, but they all
God.
panic walk back into the kitchen, hopping from foot to foot to foot.
You are free to stay for the night. I'm certain that the landlord is fine with you. Especially most honorable samurai.
And then points at Kochiki.
And that guy.
Yeah. I can't wait to get back to this.
And how do you guys feel about having to be around non-humans?
I to be honest, I was probably raised in the Chusagara family. I wouldn't be super happy, but I wouldn't be like upset. Like I wouldn't be visibly upset. I would just kind of keep my distance. Because aren't they technically considered?
They're
Like, wouldn't, like-
they're on the same level as Heenan, so untouchable non-human people like leather workers or grave diggers.
Yeah. So, yeah, definitely. I don't know. I wouldn't like. Yeah, I wouldn't super want to interact or be around them, but I don't think I would necessarily care to be near them.
Yeah, that's fair. What about you, Kochiki?
Honestly, Kochiki wouldn't have a big issue with them. He's not a big fan of the general area that they're in right now. He wants to be in a more high class. He has no problem with people of their race. He cares about their class.
So you're not racist, you're classist.
Exactly. These people are poor, and that's what his problem is.
Well, they're one konbu less poor, or koku less poor.
Yeah, that's that's more money than they've probably seen in
he sees you
years.
bust that out. He does clock that, but he still is like, he's not close. Like, this man is no.
Yeah, that's a lot of money he just
Yeah.
put down.
I'm
That's
definitely
crazy.
gonna look over to the naked man, and I'm gonna go, big
Where did you
spender
pull
for
that
someone
coin from?
with no clothing.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
coins are
like
big. They're like they're
Yeah,
Koban coins.
yeah, and he'll be like, "Oh, yeah, no, like I said, clothes, eggs." Shrugs and looks at Shion.
Yeah, and he's like
Yes.
finishing
Clothes, eggs, spending lots of money.
just because
Yeah.
he is without clothes does not mean that he is without cash.
Tell me, what is it that you're here for?
Is that to me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely kind of pauses eating for a second and, like, cocks his head and goes, aside from the food?
Yes, aside from the food. I'm talking about in general. Why are you here?
Well, I suppose that I probably want to go to the Imperial City. You wouldn't happen to know anyone who's going there, would you?
No, I wouldn't know anyone who's going there. I do
Oh.
not know anyone. And I look back at my homie. No one.
Yeah, what a terrible shame. I really could use some company.
Weren't we headed that direction, dear brother?
Akimata!
Or was I mistaken? I thought you wanted to be among the people of class there.
Isn't it the dream of every samurai to
I mean,
have
if
a
I'm
lot
mistaken,
of
of course,
retainers?
that's my bad. For being mistaken, that is.
No! What? Oh no, it must have been me. I guess we are going. We're going. It's the same place you're going.
Oh, excellent. Are you... So you're going to the Imperial City?
Yep. Yeah, we are.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Do you need some people to, well, protect you? I know that at the very least, and he looks over at, what's his name? The one-armed samurai?
Shion.
Yeah, he looks over at Shion and is like, I know that Shion is a fine, well-crafted swordsman, and I've actually been sworn to his life. So, you know, I would be more than happy to travel with you and make sure that no harm befalls you. So long as you can provide me with a pair of pants, perhaps.
Oh,
And how would you protect us? You have mentioned the eggs on your clothes, but
Oh,
I
well,
see
you
no
should...
blade
yes,
in
I'm
your
curious
presence.
what your worth is, besides the money that you seem to have pulled out of. Well, I think you know where that's going.
He's just like, he just looks at you blankly for a second, and then looks back over at Thomas. What's your character's name again?
Akimasa.
Akimasa. It's gonna take me a long time because Japanese names and like words
Oh,
do
dude,
not
it's gonna
stick in my
take me
brain.
forever.
I struggle.
Yeah, but yeah, like he like looks and goes, "Oh, I do have a blade in my room. It's I have actually I do know a little bit about swordsmanship. Just a little bit. Just enough to get me by. I look much scarier when I'm wearing clothes, I promise."
Really?
I'll have to. I'll have to inspect the blade. I might provide you with one of my own if it's not up to standard. You are going to be protecting me and my brother, so.
He's like, "Oh, I promise you, the only thing that would be not up to standard would be my skills compared to my blade."
Fair enough.
That's well, to be expected.
Unfortunate if your blade is. If it doesn't have a worthy master.
I never claimed to be the one.
Well put, Akimasa.
Yeah, and he'd go, "I never claimed to be one who was worthy of wielding this blade, though it happens to be wielded by me."
Yeah.
Unfortunate circumstance for the blade, I assume.
And he shrugs and goes, "I don't know, I've never asked him. Do you speak blade?"
Let me get a
Actually,
look at it, and I might.
Ha ha. And
And I said-
he kind of cheekily smiles and sips on some sake.
Perfect. Yeah, I'll take a drink at that as well.
Yeah.
Aki is somewhat of Akimasa is somewhat of a master, some would say, with a sword.
I'm not a master with a sword, but I have made
Crafting
master
them.
swords.
Oh, that's wonderful. Maybe one day I might be able to ask you questions about making master swords. Not that I wish to get into it. The forge, my hands are too delicate. And he like holds up his like obviously not delicate hands and just smiles and waggles his fingers.
Yes, he would love to answer your questions for a fee. Isn't that correct? And I look back at you.
Whatever you say, brother.
Suguru shakes his head when you say for a fee, and he says, "Materialism is an attachment to this life that will lead you nowhere.
Nowhere but the top.
And then you will die, as everyone else will die."
don't we all?
Exactly. That is why it is better to, and he like pats his big belly. He's like, savor life like a good meal.
Kinda
Mm.
kind of smiles and goes, "Ah, yes." Yes, I am probably goes, "Yes, yes. Food. This guy gets it."
Yes.
Food shared in the company of others is the greatest way to build a bond.
Yeah. All right.
Say, my equally Epicurean friend, was there not something that we should discuss and allow our more? And he like gives you all like big shitting smile with a few crooked older people teeth and goes, our more cultured friends to perhaps lay down for the night?
Kind of says, "Oh, yes, yes. I am very uncultured. I don't think that my company apologies, apologies." And he like walks up to each of you and just goes like, "Apologies for my lack of culture. Apologies for my lack of culture." Just like one by one.
I correct your posture when you get to me.
Yeah, and like he lets you correct his posture and goes, "Ah, I have much to learn. I have much to learn."
Yes, yes, yes.
You just hear Fukro under her breath when he does it go, this fucking guy.
Shit. Yeah, and I'll step aside with the ox.
Yeah, and at that, like, Shion had been holding his bowl in his bum arm, puts it down and, like, tucks it back, then stands up, resting his good arm on the pommel of it, just that kind of lazy on the sword, but not on the sword kind of thing. And looks like he's like, well, if no one else is going to settle down for the night, I might get my beauty rest.
Oh, Shion, no, please, if you wouldn't mind coming here as well. You wouldn't mind. Would that be okay, Mr.
Tashi.
Tashi? Would that be all right?
He nods and is like, I couldn't see anything wrong with it.
Kind of smiles and goes, "Well."
Shion looks and is like,
Yeah, Shion.
and he picks up his shamisen and hands it to Fukro, who's like, what do you want me to do, play a ditty? He's like, no. Between the three of you here, I trust you the most with my most precious possession. Definitely looking at Kochiki as he says it with kind of this, like, this fucking guy kind of look.
Yeah. Love that.
Just got
I'm
snubbed
not
by a
interested
Ronin.
in your damned instrument.
Oh, it is, by the way, you can tell. Rich bougie
Oh.
shit. This is
Wait. Before I just start popping off at the mouth, I should know. Are these people lower ranked in the totem pole?
Well,
For
Am I,
sure,
ju-
right?
I don't want to just pop off at the mouth at my superiors.
you haven't heard if Shion has a name other than his given name, but he does have a daisho, which means he is at least formerly a samurai. So he has a katana and a wakizashi. But the way he dresses and the way he acts is as a Ronin. And
Does
Ronin are scum.
Do the blades look nice?
Yes, like, they are well cared for. You haven't seen them drawn, so you don't know what the blades
Obviously,
themselves
but I
look
can
like.
see the
but
hilt and the
the hilt, the
scabbard.
pommels, and the scabbards and all that are immaculately taken care of and very fancy. Like, he has his own, all these old omamori
He's
wrapped
got my
around
respect.
them.
He's got my respect. I just care about blades. You take care of your blades, you got my respect, at least enough. So yeah, I'll actually be the first one to retire probably. I worked a lot in the forge before leaving, and then we left and walked a bunch and got here. So
You're
I
probably
think,
beat.
Oh,
yeah,
it's been a few days on the road.
well, yeah, but this is the first day in a nice,
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like
a
you're.
nice bed.
This will be the
So
first time you'll have like a bed.
yeah, so I'm definitely not. I'll be the first to retire. I'll probably bow out early. Thank them for the food and the place to stay, and tell my brother to watch himself, please. These people are not unrespectable.
Oh no, I have no intention of staying with these people if you're leaving. And I follow quickly after to retire for the night.
Yeah, so Fukuro's gonna stay downstairs. And yeah, so we're going to cut to Hiroki. You go outside with Suguru and Shion.
Yeah, and Hiroki's demeanor like changes pretty quickly as he like pulls out his elephant bone pipe that like he
Again, where was he hiding
where
it?
was he hiding it? Who the fuck knows, you know? I'd like to think he has a pouch on the inside of his little undies, but like he likes the mystery of people thinking he might be pulling it from his ass. But no, you know, he pulls out the pipe and looks over at his two compatriots and kind of goes, "Do either of you have a light?"
Shion would actually pull out something and strike it and then hand it to you and then light his own pipe.
Yeah, and I offer the pipe and whatever. I'm assuming I've got some like reasonably nice quality tobacco or like, you know, pipe sort of stuff.
Yeah, pipe weed.
You know, yeah, some reasonably nice pipe herbage
Yeah.
laying around.
Meanwhile, you can tell
I
Shion's using like the equivalent of like ditch weed.
Oh, I absolutely offered him some of mine. Like, if I have the opportunity to give someone a better thing at my own expense, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, he accepts it. Yeah, then
Yeah.
Suguru is like, kind of gives you to that disapproving monk look of, no, dogs are bad, but then is like,
Yeah.
what is it that, how do you know that name, the Black Ox?
And yeah, immediately he's gonna look around and he's gonna pause and he's going to bow and say, "It's a pleasure to meet you. I am Okahashi Hiroki, the last son of the Grass Clan. I was told to seek you out by my master, I assume, late master."
Oh, he looks stunned by that and is like, I was hoping we would get to have drinks one more time before all was said and done. That you're here bodes ill enough.
Kind of nods and says, "The entirety of my clan was attacked by men bearing the mark of the Shogun, the Empire. As far as I know, I am both the sole survivor and he kind of like very quietly says this. He goes, and the daimyo of the Grass Clan."
When you mention the Shogun, he looks all the more like tired and sad. He's just like, my name is not Tashi. It's... And like at that, Shion actually interrupts and says, Atomahida Suguru, the Black Ox, former friend of the Shogun.
Yeah, I kind of look at him, a little surprised, but I go, "Oh, you know the Shogun?"
I fought with him. Before the Shogun came to power, I was the one who fought with him as his general.
Would I know the Atomahida Commission?
Yes, you would know that the Atomahida Commission is one of 5, and they are basically... Their purview is, like, military policing and making sure that, like, the military is in sorts.
Yeah, there's like a Gears moment in Hiroki's head before he goes, "Wait, Atomahida, of the Atomahida Commission?"
Named after me, yes, he says.
And deep bow and says, "Apologies. I act the fool for my own safety, but..."
Nah, I had nothing to do with its establishment. After the war, I retired.
Mm-hmm. So, I was told to seek you out by my previous master.
Yes,
Or
we were drinking
not
buddies,
previous.
you could say.
Yeah,
Saved
say-
my life a few times, I saved his... That sort of thing.
and where, and probably I would say, and where on the wheel does that, and where in the space between savings of lives does that leave me?
You, being all but the son of my late friend, I will
Oh, I
treat
am
you
the.
as
I,
my friend.
he kind of smiles and goes, "Well, I scarcely believe it." And he pulls out the two writs that were given to him and hands them to Suguru.
Yeah, he looks, he's always like, huh? I'd recognize the Shogun's handwriting anywhere. These are legitimate. And just is
And
like, he bows with respect to you and is like, I should be the one bowing with respect to a daimyo.
and kind of at this point he kind of chuckles nervously and goes, huh, "No, no, no. A daimyo requires a plan, and a daimyo requires a seat of power and, well, pride and any sort of real logistical weight. Uh, well, and like just starts listing off things like good
Yeah.
hygiene, a yojimbo or
Yeah,
two,
Suguru
probably a
actually
few fairly expensive things.
looks over towards Shion and is like, and you, friend, what is your plan with our mutual acquaintance? Well, I believe that he should go to the Imperial capital. I know someone there who could smuggle you out of the country if you wanted. Set you up somewhere nice in Sterling, or the Eightfold Kingdoms.
And probably goes, "Ah, and a daimyo must also live in the country in which he is a daimyo of." And kind of shrugs at Suguru and goes, "I don't suppose I'm a daimyo."
Well, to me you are.
Yeah. Oh, that he is a little disarmed by that. Not because, like, again, Hiroki's a genuinely nice guy. The only thing he's doing is self-depreciating. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So, like, he kind of pauses at that and kind of gives him a warm smile and goes, "Well, I appreciate your vote of confidence."
I have nothing else that I can offer except that to help you along the road to the city.
Says, "If you do, I will consider it a great debt of honor that I will owe you."
He holds up his hands like, no debt. I am repaying an old friend.
Yeah, he kind of smiles and says, "I am sure that your old friend, though personally I've never heard of you. We didn't talk all that much, but I am sure that your old friend cared deep for anyone who he would call a friend. He considered the greatest men and women on earth."
And you would know that the fact he didn't talk about him is a certain level of respect.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, and like definitely the vibes I'm giving off is, "Hey, you're my dad's friend. I really appreciate you being a person that my dad trusted, and B, someone who's going to make sure I don't die." Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Well, let us retire back inside and get some sleep before those other two become suspicious.
Kind of nods and says, "Is there something that I should consider in dealing with them? Anything that I should think about?"
Treat them like they deserve to be treated, same as anyone. Though with the
Kind of
one,
nod.
perhaps listen to the rules of cordiality.
"Oh, the one with the long fingernails?"
Yes, the effeminate one.
"Oh, but he's so fun to joke on. He The best fools are the ones that realize that they are not clowns."
Shion just shakes his head and goes, he seems the type to hold grudges.
Kind of goes, "You are wise. You are wise. Maybe a little, just a little needling."
Within the bounds of samurai decorum.
He kind of nods and bows and says, "Understood. Thank you."
Let us retire then. I'm sure Fukuro is tired of holding your instrument anyway. She can't play anything. Very bad with music. Can't hold a tune, can't, like, walking back inside, can't hold a beat. And she is just like, she shifted over to that, and it's like, rude.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But hands Shion his shamisen back, and this, like, after a very quiet talk between her and Suguru, and they head up. And then Shion is like, well, it just leaves us, and I'm going to bed.
I am beat. Hey, actually, I have a question for you before you go.
Yes.
You seem to be the type of person who's resourceful. Do you have any burlap, or should I ask about it from around here? Maybe a spare set of traveler's clothes? I cannot
My
use
clothes will not fit you.
Yeah, and I look at the arm and I go, ah, yes, arm size.
He blinks and looks at you. You're probably like a head taller than him at least, and is like,
Yeah,
definitely the arms.
yeah. And he says, I will ask the Namazu here, our gracious hosts, if they have anything that I might wear, and especially a burlap sack of which I might carry my belongings.
Yeah, and he nods and leaves you to that, and
Yeah.
you go over, and there's actually like a human who runs the place, and the Mazu are like, they run the kitchen. And he
Yeah.
gives you like a set of like peasant's clothes
Excellent.
that are
And yeah.
just about your size. They're a little too small, but they
Oh, that's
fit.
fine.
And then
That's
a
fine.
couple burlap sacks.
Yeah. Is there one that's big enough to hold my daikatana or my naginata? Not
Daikatana.
What am I? I wish. Daikatanas are cool.
But then
I mean,
you
they're
could
basically the
not-
same fucking thing.
Then you could not have left the building without your friend Superfly.
Listen, John Romero's about to make me his bitch. Fucking, it's a naginata, right?
No, it's a odachi.
It's a nodachi. That's what it is. Yeah. Is there one that's big enough to hold my nodachi, like, at
You'd
least
have
the
to put
sheet?
it in. You'd have to put it in funny, and it's gonna look weird because those things are
Yeah.
like 6 feet long.
No, I know. Yeah, definitely what I do. I want it to look like a really awkward bindle.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
But yeah, other
So yeah,
than
I
that,
do that.
you all get tuckered in for the night, and I want to ask each of you. This is just like an out of, like, you don't need any rolls for this, but how heavily do your characters usually sleep?
I sleep like a baby. Unless unless I'm sleeping on anything that's less comfortable than what I'm accustomed to, that I'm tossing and turning to.
Oh yeah, this bed sucks. This is a shitty mattress. This is like lumpy.
Princess and the Pea.
It's a horrible night's sleep, but I get through it.
All right, you'd be awake for this. What about Akimasa?
I think in this specific situation, he knocks the fuck out. I think I die in this situation. I think I haven't had good sleep in like 3 or 4 days. And before that, I worked really hard at the forge trying to get last minute shit out before I was kicked out, essentially, because I hate doing unfinished product. So I think I've been tired for a very long time and have not had a very good night's sleep yet. So I think this bed is even kind of barely comfortable, and it is enough for me to pass the fuck out, like hard.
All right, and what about Hiroki?
Hiroki's the type who seems like he sleeps very deeply, and he does snore very loudly, but he actually wakes up at the drop of a hat. Like, he's, especially right about now, like, he's got to be on high alert, you know?
Yeah. So you two would actually be awoken by this. It's like 4 or 5 in the morning, and the storm that you outran has finally caught up to you. So it's thunder and lightning and raining pretty hard outside. But at around that time, you hear horses approaching at a pretty hard gallop, and they stop, and you hear people in armor shuffling around downstairs.
I would like to sneak to look at them.
All right. For that, could you, if you want to sneak, let me look at character sheets real quick.
I got 2 in water, 3 in earth, and 3 in air. And I got skullduggery.
Yeah, skullduggery would probably work. I would say
I'm not even gonna lie, I don't know what the fuck that means. And y'all keep
skullduggery
saying
is
it.
like sneaky rogue shit.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would say air skullduggery would probably work best if you're trying to be sneaky.
Okay.
But we're
We'll
gonna
do-
say this is a TN2.
So difficulty 2.
Yes, target number 2.
Okay. Gotcha. Right, this is my first roll in the game. How'd I do?
2 exploding successes, a success, an opportunity, and 2 strife.
Okay, so what the fuck does that mean?
Okay, so what is your
How
number
many
in
do you
air?
get to keep? Because that's
Because, yeah,
fucking
roll and
My-
keep.
Yeah, my number in air, I have 3 for my air ring.
Okay, then you can
Take
keep
your 2
3
exploding
dice.
successes and the
Okay.
other success.
And so you could keep the 2 explode, and you can keep up to. You don't have to keep all 3 if you
Okay.
don't want.
So, out of these symbols, which one is the exploding success?
The one that looks like 3 tadpoles chasing each other.
Okay.
The success is the one that looks like a circle. The strife is the one that looks like a fire or a petal.
Okay.
And the opportunity is the flower.
Okay, and I'm looking at this is a strange UI that I'm looking at.
Yes, you pull those dice over to the keep, and there's a discard. And you can also put those exploding dice, I think, into the reroll pile. Because
Okay.
they're exploding successes. So if you keep them, they automatically reroll and don't count against your dice kept.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. So looking at that, where did it go? No. Roll and keep. There we go. Okay. This, and then that pentagon that has the success with
Yes.
the circle on it. The opportunity with the circle.
Yeah, the opportunity is the one that looks like a flower. The basic
Okay.
success is the circle.
Okay. So finalize that step. There we go.
You got another success and another opportunity. So, let me help
Okay.
you with that.
Yeah.
You can spend a success to learn a character's demeanor and current strife, or
Mhm.
you can spend more to be more subtle. If you were selling something, you could sell it for more.
Okay. So what is that? So, okay. So I can keep my subtle die and then my opportunity.
Well, those 2 opportunity you're spending now, because this is the end of your
Okay.
roll.
Gotcha. And then there's apply strife. Do I want to do that? I don't
Yes,
want to
you
do
have
that, right?
to do that.
I have to do that.
If
Apply
you
both
keep
strife.
if you keep dice with strife, you have to apply it. Unless you have something
Oh.
like void stance where you don't take strife.
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally confused as to what these rolls mean, but I did the thing.
You did, and you succeeded. You succeeded
Yay!
very well. And
Okay.
you can either learn about 2 characters in this scene's demeanor, or
Okay.
you can be extra sneaky.
I would like to be extra sneaky. I figured demeanor would be something I could pretty obviously figure out.
Theoretically, yes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's you. What are
Yeah.
you going to do, Kochiki?
What am I going to do?
Yes, you heard horses running by in the storm and people in armor walking around.
So I'm in my robes. I'm assuming I'm in my own room.
Mm-hmm.
Do
You and
I-
Akimasa are probably sharing a bed, but he is out. Or not like, you're not sharing a bed. Oh no, you're sharing a room.
So I want to very quietly go over to Akimasa's room, cover his mouth, and then yank his hair to wake him up.
I'm sorry, the fuck?
Yeah, someone's covering your mouth and
Are
just
you
pulled
trying
your hair.
to turn him on? Like, I'm confused.
How I sleep with my blade pretty fucking close. I'm immediately drawing it. My mouth is covered, my hair got yanked. I'm immediately grabbing for my blade.
And then you see me.
And then I'll see him.
And then he
I'll-
really cuts you down.
I'll contemplate it for a
And I
minute.
have I have
You
a
can
finger
see
on
it in my
mouth.
eyes.
I have a finger on my mouth. I'm shh. Listen.
What the
And I
fuck?
take my hand off his mouth.
Hey, you're
And I'm
hearing it now
assuming you
too.
hear it.
The horses have stopped, and now you hear people in like heavy armor walking
Horses
around.
and metal clanking. What about it?
I don't know. It sounds like samurai downstairs.
Sounds like Probably. Why? Like, we're, are we still in the? Wait, are we getting hunted? We're not getting. No, we're fine. We just got kicked out. We're not getting hunted. We just got kicked out. We're fine.
Oof.
I'm
Sorry.
going to bed. Why'd you wake me up for this?
Dude, what the fuck?
Because it's kind of scary.
There's cops downstairs.
You're fine.
Help
You
me,
wanna
big
go
brother.
look? Let's go look. And I'm gonna get up. I'm not
Oni-chan.
stealthy at all.
No.
I'm
Help
gonna
me,
like stand
Oni-chan.
Yeah,
up
Oni-chan.
and start getting clothing on that is
Nisa.
respectable to an extent.
And
Oh.
as he does that, I run back to my bed and lay down.
Yeah,
Okay,
Akimasa, you walk out and you're seeing all this Hiroki, but they don't see you. They immediately
Yeah.
see you because you're not trying to hide, but there's
Absolutely not.
about 5 Tiger Clan samurai who are dressed in full samurai getup and are wearing bulletproof plates across their chests. And some of them they've obviously inherited these over time. Some of them do have marks from, like, musket balls have hit them before. But yeah, they're very big. Like, they're tall, broad, unshaven, and they're arguing. Well, not arguing. They're talking to the keeper.
Mm-hmm.
They see you and they're like, "You."
Do they don't rank me in society, do they?
No, but there's also 5 of them, and they are armed, and they're
I'm
basically
very
being like,
aware
"You're
that there's
coming down
5
here."
of them. I'm gonna walk. I'm not gonna like hurry up. I'll acknowledge the dude. I'll just be like, and I'm gonna start walking down towards them, like, not
fuck you.
fast at all.
Pointing
Yeah.
at me, going,
As
"You."
he points at me and does that, like, I probably stop and look at them for a minute, and then I go, and then very slowly make my way down to them.
Yeah, and you are within your right. That was very uncouth of them to do.
I'm gonna
And
look
I'm
them
peeking over the doorway. That was
up
very
and down, and I'm gonna go, Chusagara Akimasa, you, what do you want?
We are here on imperial business. A traitor escaped us. We are looking for an escaped Grass Clan samurai. We believe they came through here.
a samurai here, besides me or my brother. You think a third samurai would... No offense, because I turn to the owner, and I no offense. You
He's
think a
scared
third
shitless.
samurai is going to grace this place? Just... come on, be real. You can interview me or my brother, I guess, but we are both of, like...
Your brother
we
is
are above
here?
this. He's in his... fucking...
Wake him and bring him.
Side note,
Oh,
I
cheeky!
would just like to mention that
Mhm.
Hiroki is, like, probably at this point, like, sitting on one of the rafters, like, very tense, with just, like, the blade of grass, like, half drawn.
Yeah, and you can see Shion's awake and is, like, pretending to be asleep while holding onto his katana to where if anyone came towards him, he could draw.
Could we make just, like, a real quick, cheeky eye contact of just, like, shit's going down? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's
Okay.
watching you like, yeah, shit's going down.
Yeah.
They're both hidden, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're in their room.
I mean, I wouldn't know for sure, but...
I'm like above or I'm like a little bit outside. If there's a rafter outside of my room, I'm like partially outside of it.
Yeah, you're basically on the rafter, maybe standing on, like, above where the room divide is between your and Shion's room and Suguru and Fukuro's room.
Right.
But
And
yeah,
they're both
I'm
awake
gonna-
too.
Yeah,
like-
when he is talking about the samurai, I'm gonna be like, it's me and my brother, Kochiki, and I'm gonna yell Kochiki. I'm gonna be like, down here, please, brother. This is more your speed than mine anyway. But I'm gonna look at them and I'm gonna basically say it is me, my brother, and our retainers, our staff, our helpers.
I walk out to the door.
Samurai, not. Uh, we are. We may be samurai ourselves, but we do not have any on retainer. So
Yeah. And yeah, you see these burly, gruff-looking men. They're like, "You, the same thing. You're here on
Evening.
imperial business."
I just told you who we are. Now speak to me and my brother with respect. We are all samurai here.
Oh, this one just looks like, fuck it. Like he's pissed, and then another one steps is like, I will handle
You've
this.
woken us up in the middle of the night and have chosen to show no respect.
Forgive us. Our clan or our family are not as used to Amakoan ways yet.
Yes, obviously.
Oh,
Well,
they
great to
look
hear.
fucking mad when you say that. They do not take that very well.
Fuck him.
And it's like, we are here under imperial orders looking for an escaped traitor. We believe that one of the samurai of the Grass Clan has escaped and came through here recently. We've been looking for them for days.
Well, I have no need of any criminal scum around me, so if I see anything, I'll be sure to spread word to the what by symbols on your livery.
And yeah, you can tell that. Let me look up the specific family, but they are from. They have the Tiger Clan Mon on them, but they are from the
They would
Ragatachi
recognize the
family.
Can I look? Like, what do their weapons look like? Because I might make a dig.
They have their dice shows, which are taken care of in a very military manner. But what seems to be the thing they're taking care of exquisitely is they have each of them have a bow, like a long bow. You would know that the Ragatachi are known for being horse archers.
Fair.
It's a shame that they don't know how to use swords.
Yeah, I'll pretty much. I won't say. I'll be. we have no use for criminals. They taint the sword, much like those who choose to
Taint my
master other
presence
weapons
just by
do.
being around.
Jesus Christ.
Listen, I want to go back to sleep now, and your horses are loud. Are you almost done here?
Your guys are saying everything you would say to piss off a Mongol.
Yeah.
Fuck you, fuck your horse, fuck your bow.
We're playing like
Hey, I didn't say
total-
fuck your bow
total class.
necessarily.
Implied.
I just said those who choose to master other weapons should not carry a blade. That's basically what I
Yeah,
said.
and that's a bit of it. So like,
It's not fuck your bow. That's just
They're
you don't
pissed.
deserve a blade.
but they don't
It's
say.
not fuck your bow, it's just that you don't deserve the most honorable of weapons, loser.
They just like look at each other and speak in another language for a moment before the leader just said, like, salutes the two of you and says, "For the Shogun."
And I will salute right back for the Shogun.
The Shogun.
Yeah, and they leave, and the owner has scurried away. He's just an old man. He looked fucking terrified to be in this situation. It's like 4 a.m, and a bunch of burly men kicked in his door and were like, "Where's the criminal?"
Yes, brother. I think that you couldn't have handled that any better. It was wonderfully done.
Obviously not. Just leave the innkeep a little extra for his trouble.
What?
You heard
Pay
me.
him extra?
You woke me up.
He's doing
Or not, whatever. I'm going to bed, and I'm gonna walk up to bed, and I'm just gonna hope that my brother does the thing that I asked, and the right thing to do in this situation, something that an honorable man might do,
Yes.
due to the fact that this innkeeper was inconvenienced.
True.
What's okay? What's the equivalent of like $100 in this game?
That'd probably be a couple boo,
And what's the equivalent of like $20?
like a zenny.
I walk over to the manager. Yeah. Geez, that sucked. I figured time. Then I give him a zenny. Then I go to my room.
He
Hey,
looks
he-
like he's
You got a little extra.
he can't say anything because you did give him extra, and also he's incredibly poor. But also he is aware that that was a slight.
I would like to. I'd like to. At this point, like I'm dressed, so I've got all my shit on me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to, because I rolled really high on the skullduggery. Can I kind of like slip down and then just like toss a koku onto like the counter from like the second story or whatever?
Yeah, and
Boy, you're gonna be out of Koku soon.
yeah, you're gonna be
Yeah.
out of
Well, my
money.
vice is generosity. I'm playing it.
All right, this is the first time in the session you've taken care of generosity. Remove 3 strife, I think.
I don't have any strife.
Well, you did. You took 2.
You picked some up, yeah.
Oh wait, I picked up 2 strife,
Yes, from
From
that
that
roll.
From
and
that
now
roll.
it's gone.
I chose to be blunt for my character, so like I'm just riding that into the grave.
No, absolutely.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I toss a koku unseen onto the counter from like the best distance I can,
Oh yeah,
and then
this-
I go back to my room.
And he had left, so he didn't hear it, but maybe like comes back when he hears the clatter and is like profusely thanking the fortunes.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, I think that I'll go back to bed with a smile on my face.
And I do as well, knowing that I'm such an honorable man for giving him extra money.
Here's $5, you piece of
Oh,
shit.
And before Kochiki even gets to the room, like he like took a 30-second brief detour to just give this innkeeper some zenny. I'm already knocked the fuck out snoring again.
Yeah.
I am already back to sleep.
Vibes. Morning comes. You guys all get ready. Suguru and Fukuro are out, or Suguru and Fukuro are outside training, and you guys would see this that Fukuro is using her naginata, which is not blunt and is not like put anything on it to keep it blunt, and Suguru is like sparring with her barehanded, and actually it beats her. Just like manages to get to a point where she does this thing where she thrusts, then acts like she's moving forward, steps back, balanced on like 1 foot out like that, thrusts out. He grabs the naginata, pulls, and palm strikes her in the chest to knock her down.
Oh,
Damn.
holy,
Damn.
holy shit.
Yeah, and she like hits her hand on the ground, gets back up. And he's like, "Not quite yet, little owl, but you're getting there."
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, these
Wow.
two demonstrated martial prowess when they did that.
Bravo. Bravo. Honestly, good show. That was beautiful.
That was
Suguru
insane.
bows to you, and Fukuro does not, out of spite, out of her feelies are hurt.
Yes. Yes.
Hiroki. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was. Their martial prowess is, well, his martial prowess is second to none. What were you
Rude.
going to say? You were also going to compliment him as well.
yeah.
For,
Hiroki probably walks out at this point, like yawning and just like stretching and going, "Oh goodness, wonderful samurai, or not samurai, but martial combat. You don't get to see that every day." And you guys see that he's in like these ill-fitting peasant clothes at this point. And I know for a fact immediately, like quality sees quality. Fucking Hoshimitsu, right? Or is it no? It's Thomas? What's your character's name again?
Akimasa.
Akimasa. That's right. Sorry about that.
No, period.
Yeah, Akimasa sees in a
Akimasa.
poorly, huh?
No, Akimasa, this is something you would actually, I would want you to roll.
Oh, okay.
to
Ooh,
Gotcha.
recognize.
yay.
Like, you will know that this is a good sword, but I want you to roll.
I get to roll for something. Yay.
Because yeah, he's just got it in like a burlap sack,
Can you give
like
me
poorly
an
awkward bundle.
Earth culture check?
An earth culture check.
Target number
Sure.
2.
I'm trying to figure out if any of my things would help me with this. Would keen sight help me on this?
Yes. I will allow keen sight to work on this because it is something based on what you see.
Perfect. How does it help me on this? I am so confused on
I
the
think it
system,
allows you to
I'm not gonna
re-roll
lie.
2 dice.
Fantastic. All right, let's see. Public roll. You said a earth roll?
Earth
Oh, I'm
culture.
so bad at that. Do I have any culture? Is that what the skills would be?
Yes.
I don't know where that's at.
It's in scholar skills.
Scholar skills. Culture. I've got a 1 there. So do I
That's
put a
fine.
1 for my skills, plus 1
Yes.
skills? And you said it was a 2 difficulty?
Yeah, target difficulty 2. Or target number.
Okay, and I only get to wait. I auto fail this unless I get my exploding success. I'm pretty
You
sure.
might be
Oh
able to.
no!
You do have an exploding success.
Oh, thank the
Wow.
gods. Okay.
You can roll that.
This. Hey, chill. This next. Whoa, this is a confusing.
So you're
Right?
going to want to keep that
very
and re-roll
confusing.
it.
Keep. Okay. And reroll.
It should re-roll automatically, I think. And if not, you can just roll another ring
Wait, that's not
dice.
even an explosion. Do I have an explosion? I do. Okay, it's the
Yeah.
wrong. Hold on.
The
I'll
one
keep
with
this.
the 3 and the strife.
Yeah, it won't let me click that one because for some reason only lets me. Oh no!
Let me see
and
if
now
I
it's
could do it
gone.
for you.
Yeah, because that's just after this game, Rowan. Can you and I sit down? Because I don't understand this rolling system at all.
Okay.
Just don't.
Do you want to re-roll that
Forever.
dice with your keen sight?
Was it a failure? Yeah.
It is just a blank dice.
Then yes, I would want to re-roll because I need
You're a
2
failure.
successes.
Yes.
That's
You-
opportunity and strife, isn't it?
You could re-roll it one more time with your keen sight
I'm
because you can re-roll 2
re-rolling
dice.
it. Do it. I've got 1 success. I need another
Now,
success.
you do
Damn it.
not figure it out, but you are going to take 2 strife, but you can use your opportunity. You have 2 opportunity. You can act extremely carefully, or you can use it to reduce 2 people's characters that aren't you strife by 2, but no one else has strife in this scene.
Okay, so then yeah, I mean, I will just use it to act carefully, I guess. When
This is an
speaking about the blade.
extremely well kept, exquisite blade, but you do not notice exactly what it is. But it seems like something that someone like him should not have.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's just got it in like a burlap bag, awkwardly bindled around his shoulder, like very much like a hey, that sheath should be on proud display. Like this is a finely crafted weapon.
Yeah, that hurts me a lot seeing it not where it should be.
What's wrong, brother? Your fist is shaking like Arthur.
Oh yeah. Well, he was not wrong. He does not deserve that blade.
Well, that we can agree on.
It's just a sword to you, unless, yeah, you wouldn't know to look at it enough.
Yeah. Does it look fancy?
Yeah,
Do
I mean-
you want to make an Earth culture check?
I mean
Well, if
anyone
he's
can
better
see
at this
like
than me, I'll cry.
I don't
Any-
care that much
anyone-
about it.
Do you have it in such way where he could recognize that it is a clan blade?
So the way I figure it is like the actual sheath is covered, but the like from the hilt up, right? That is not covered. So you can
Okay,
see it's
the
like
hilt.
green and yellow interlaced interstitch with probably like a jade on the back of it. Like, and it's like hanging out of this burlap sack, and he's kind of got it tucked under his arm, but he's like, you can still see it peeking out, especially when he stretches and yawns.
Yeah, you would not be able to recognize it because your kind of culture, you would be able to recognize it if you saw its heraldry, which is probably on the grip
Yeah.
or the cross guard.
Probably on the crossbow. Yeah.
I will eventually get a better look at that blade, but it needs a
is.
better home, that's for sure.
Oh, please don't make me talk to him right now.
I mean, you guys
Like I
are
said,
getting
at some
set.
point along this journey, I will discuss and might discuss potential payment. That blade deserves a better home.
Are you going to buy it? After he's owned it and scummed it about. Alright. I suppose, I guess, if that's what you
A
want to do.
blade is always worthy, despite its previous owners.
Mm. Mm. At least he's wearing.
He
That is
wearing
an
gloves.
improvement.
Yeah. Oh, clothes are definitely like disheveled because they just don't fit right. So like, he's actually probably intentionally mussed his hair a little bit. Like he looks like a bedraggled fucking wanderer, who just happens to have way too nice of a sword for his own good.
Well,
Yep.
do any of you mention what happened last night?
No, not me.
Well, Garza's fucking frozen, so.
Yeah, Garza is screwed.
So he does not. He is too busy being prim and pampered.
Yes.
No, I probably wouldn't. There's no need. They were looking for a samurai, and as of right now, in my mind, the only ones that I know of are the two Ronin that I'm traveling with, and this peasant is definitely not a samurai, despite having a blade like one.
That is fair.
I don't think I'd really mention it. I don't think the other two really are the guys they were looking for, obviously, in my mind, I don't think. And this dude's a peasant, so no need to mention it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to cut on over to the other side with our other three.
Yeah.
What are you three doing as you're getting closer and closer to the Imperial City?
Ta-dum.
It's a great question. I don't know. What are we doing, you guys?
So, for a description, you guys have come to the point where you are in the Heenan hamlets outside of the town. This is where the people are kept who are the undesirables of society. They have no rights. They are considered not even people. These are people like butchers, leather workers, undertakers, usually people who do unclean work, which is like handling dead bodies, because technically you're not supposed to touch those.
Yeah.
These are mud huts and little straw buildings that are haphazardously scattered about on either side of the road. But you can see from the road all the way to these immaculate white walls, at least 50 feet or more high, thick, with a giant circular porthole, like gate, swung open, and lots of people coming in and out.
Okay. If we're walking down the street, as we're walking by, I'm saying
Are
hi
we
to
walking
everybody.
or are we riding our horses?
We're riding
are
our
riding.
horses.
Okay, as we're
People
riding
are fucking
horses.
terrified of you. They stay
Are
away
they
from
really?
you. They're scared of you.
We
They
are
see
way
that you're
too small for
samurai.
them.
Oh, that makes me sad. So I'll like wave and like children will run and I'm just like, oh.
Oh yeah, and they're like, not only are they lower class, they are like desperately poor.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these kids are just
Yeah.
running around like butt ass naked because they're growing up. They can't afford to keep changing their clothes.
Yeah. Oh, I feel fucking horribly.
Yeah, welcome to socially stratified cultures.
This is terrible. I fucking hate this. I'm gonna look
Oh.
over at Masahira and be like, Masahira, do you have any money?
Anyway, money. The
Yeah.
second game in
Don't-
which Amy wants
Don't
money.
do that. It would only cause them to try and rob you later.
It
Yeah.
may bring strife on them as well, if they were seen with money they should not have. I care for them as much as you, but this is work that would have to be done beyond where we are now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We should probably go to that gate.
I nod.
Yeah. And you guys
Dad.
get to the gate. You have reached the White Gate, the entrance to the Imperial capital, and it is a madhouse. The city is full of life. There are numerous guards outside to keep the peace, but you know that so long as the country is not at war, the White Gate is held open. And there are already hundreds of people here. There are dozens, if not even hundreds, of stalls set up outside the wall as you guys are coming towards it, hawking all sorts of goods. You have food, you have cheap goods that are being passed off as something more. You have reputable businesses, you have disreputable businesses, you have people who are offering to carry other people in these little palanquins or in rickshaws. You have people hawking medicine, you have people hawking animals, either as food or being like, this is the horn from a rhinoceros. If you grind it down, it will cure your rheumatism. Sort of things.
Oh.
It's a madhouse getting in here, but people are making way for you, not necessarily because you're samurai, but because you are on horseback, and
Yeah.
very few of these people are on horseback. The
Clickety
guards are.
clackety.
Yeah. Fucking. No, thank you. I don't need that. Thank you. No, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah, and
No, thank you.
you have to be aggressive to get these people to go away.
Yeah, I will. After I say no, thank you, if they continue to like try and hawk their wares at me, they no longer exist. I'm just like, I said no, so I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
get your answer.
What about the other two? How are you handling being accosted from every direction by every kind of good imaginable?
Nagashita, make sure that Mai Mai is on rides on his shoulder to
Me?
keep her out of the reach of the, the animal salesman who might want an extra animal to sell.
There's at least one that's like, Lord Samurai, you have such a beautiful cat. Would they not want to feast on succulent birds from faraway lands?
I feed her well enough. And then it's kicking the horse into action to keep moving.
Yeah, they're like, but sir, and like, you're gone.
Yep.
Anyone that's approaching Masahira, he is reciting like Amaterasu scripture to bless them.
Oh yeah, like they try to talk to you a little bit, and then they're like, oh, this guy's like some religious whack job. We can't sell shit to him.
He's been through this. Have I been to the Imperial City once?
Probably.
Yeah.
Of the three of you, you are probably the one who is most likely to have been here before.
I've been through this mess before. I know the best way to handle them is to just be polite in the way that I know how.
You've never been
Religiously.
here near a festival, though. And that means that
Yeah.
the crazy is crazier because the summer festival is in a week.
I'm like running out of scriptures and repeating myself. Like I'm saying the same thing instead of different things.
Repent,
you
the end
guys-
is near.
You guys get in, and you probably find a place to put the horses, since technically you don't own them.
Right.
There are
How
like
much are the horses?
I will look that up later.
Okay.
But also the horses are tired, so stabling them is
Yeah.
probably a good option to make up for the fact that I don't know off the top of my head.
That's okay.
Yeah, you guys find a stable, and as you're hopping up the horses, you, Computer King, someone comes up to you and is like, "Ah, we've been expecting you, Lord Yoma."
He will nod to them. It is good to know that I have a prepared welcome.
Yeah, and they're like, come this way, we have much to talk about."
I nod to my two compatriots. I seem to think that this is the end of the road for our trio.
Are these friends of yours, Lord Yoma?
Yes, I met them on the road there, upon their own quest.
This may be useful information for them. But we will speak real quickly. And he's like he's basically saying they might be useful.
Would you like to join me and continue our trio?
If there's more to learn, I'm always one that enjoys learning.
Then I shall just speak plainly.
There is always more to learn.
Lord Yoma, there is a place where we have set up for you to stay. It is a small tea house and inn on the business district on the palace's side of the river. It is called the Sleepy Shinu Inn. Look for it. It is run by another one of your family members, Yoma Suchi.
Excellent.
And her loyal retainer and, forgive me for saying this, a half-breed, Saito Burrell. I hope that it does not dishonor you to be in the presence of someone who is half Gaijin.
Well, we will see how much of this half shows through.
It does, he says with a bit of and for your sake, Computer King, you know when this person's putting on an act.
Yeah.
He's putting on an act of, gross, don't like, but it's just it's something for you to consider as information. But the way he says the name is he's implying that you should talk to Saito more than Suchi.
Yep,
And-
and that's why I'm acting like I'm the bad person, because that means it's less likely for my two people with me to figure out that I'm going to be talking to Saito.
I'm being fake racist.
How dare you?
And what of your companions, the two of you, what are you here, the capital for?
That's a super great question. I am here on behalf of my what's that guy say? Abbott. Because on behalf of my Abbott, we had a bit of a run-in, and I don't know who tried to kill him. So we're just kind of checking that out right now.
And you, friend, looking to you, Masahira.
I am here with her on the same mission.
And you guys would also know that that your inroad here is to try and find Saronami's daughter.
Right, which is that a known thing? What's she's at the school?
Yeah, as far as you know, she was at the Imperial War Academy.
So yeah, I'd be like, we are here to go to the Imperial War Academy.
The War Academy? You will want to cross one of the 3 bridges here. I recommend going across the Hugo Bridge. It is one of the great sights of the Empire. But on the other side, on the second great mountain, you will find the Imperial War Academy. I'm sure they will let you in if you are here on business.
Splendid.
Yeah. Well, I'm really glad we came here, you guys. This is going to be a fun trip.
I mean, the pretense of our arrival, unfortunately, is not as fun.
No, but it's all about the journey, not the destination. So there's that.
Actually, a little bit monk of you to say.
I know.
It is a good learning
I
experience.
cried.
How fortuitous.
Yeah, you guys.
Fortuitous.
I don't have the map finished because making isometric town maps sucks.
Yes.
But there are two halves of the city, one on either side of the river. You're currently on the south side of the river, and each of these sides is in 3 layers. They go up in tiers. You're going the closest would actually be go to the business district, which would be the next tier up, because then after that is the palace district. And from the business district, you can get to the Hugo Bridge, which is this massive bridge that spans across the river Hiei without blocking off traffic. And from there, you'll be on the residential district, and then from the residential district, you go up a tier, and you're at the academy district.
I don't know if you're trying to show us a map, but we're not looking at it.
No, I don't have it yet.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm describing it out loud.
Yeah. So should we drop our horses off?
That's what you're here. You're for at a stable.
Okay. So should we walk? Is it?
It is walkable.
Okay.
It's good, like, especially with how busy the city is. It's like rush hour New York at all times.
Oh.
Because you're a week from basically one of the biggest festivals of the year.
Oh.
So people from all over the empire have come here. Mm-hmm. And you're specifically going into the business district. So
that's very exciting.
It'll take you probably about half hour to get to the inn. And then if you guys were going from the inn to the academy, it would probably take about an hour to walk.
Do you guys want to go to the academy? Or I don't know. Can we check our rooms? It's been a while since I slept inside. I think it'd be fun to sleep inside again. We should do that.
We can check our rooms. I see no problem there.
That'd be great. That's exciting.
Excellent.
Nagashita?
It's decision then.
Okay,
It's decided
very
then.
exciting. I'm very excited. Wide-eyed. Bitch is wide-eyed. Happy to fucking be here, even though the circumstances suck. But just... It's so big. There are so many people. I don't think I've seen this many people together at once in my entire life.
You probably
prepared
haven't.
to see this many people many times.
Oh yeah? Does it start? I feel like this many people all at once be kind of stinky. It seems like a lot of people.
It does kind of stink.
It's kind of stinky.
This is pre-modern plumbing.
Uh-oh. Stinky.
The city does have plumbing systems, but also there's just a lot of people around, and it's not necessarily like haha poo poo pee pee stinky. It's also just
like bodies.
Yeah,
like
you're
people.
around thousands of people, and it's the height of summer. It's probably about like 100 degrees outside. Everyone is stinky.
Yeah, we are also stinky.
Yeah, you also smell like horses. You've been on horseback for a while.
We're like extra stinky. We're just making the stink.
We're extra stinky.
We're
extra stinky.
Is there like? I wonder if I'd like to maybe take a bath.
There are plenty of onsens in the city, so there's plenty of places you could go to bathe. Or you could just go to one of. There are like these areas where they have pumps, and it's like a public bathing place. You see people go up there with like not soap, but pretty much like soap and shampoo, and like are bathing in the open, where they basically just pump the water onto themselves.
Right, which sounds great. And I'm not a highfalutin
Let us go
person.
bathe.
I'm not a highfalutin person like Garza's character, but I would very much like to bathe in a bathhouse.
Yes. And this is actually, as you guys are going to, this is something Daniel would get. One of the pumps quit working. Someone starts yelling at yelling up at one of the buildings. What? Did you forget to pay your bills or something? And a shoe comes out the window and you hear, "Bills my ass!"
Landlady. Landlady.
I love her. I love this. This is incredible. I'm so happy we're here.
Boss my ass.
Yeah, like, there are a lot of people yelling, either angry, trying to sell things, or just, trying to talk over the general crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But eventually, you guys do find a place. You go off into a little side alley, and on a raised platform, there's a garden, and there's a very cozy-looking place, and it has a placard out front with a little drawn Shiba on it, and it says, the Sleepy Shiba.
So much. Can we just live here?
We have arrived.
This is so great. I'm so excited.
There's an inside, too.
I know. Okay, I'm ready.
You guys approach, you slide open the shoji to walk in, and you are faced with a counter, and it looks like a mix between a counter and somewhere where tea would be served there. And at the counter, there is a Shiba with a little red coat on and a little band around his head, and he is just sitting there smiling, doing the doggy pant. And what sounds like coming from him says, "Ah, hello. Welcome to the Sleepy Shiba Inn. How can I help you? My name is Bobo."
Oh.
Hi, Bobo. How do you?
I am Yoma Nagashita. I believe I am expected, and these are my compatriots. They will need housing as well.
Yeah, the dog yawns and stretches his little paws out, and while he's doing that, you hear just someone laughing, and stepping from around the corner is someone who does not look like they belong here. They are pale, blonde hair, blue eyes, but are dressed in a tunic with like one pauldron from like samurai art, like a mix. They're very samurai chic without being dressed like a samurai. Very tall and gangly with like long arms. It's like, "It's nice to meet you, friends. Welcome to the Sleepy Shiba Inn. I am Saito."
Hi, Saito. How did you teach Boba to talk? I have questions.
I was throwing my voice, dear.
Yeah.
Okay. I know.
Masahiro brings up one of his hands to cover his mouth.
I know.
That.
But
She's not stupid. She's just very excited and assumes everything is different.
Seeing you, Nagashita, he like stops and like bows as deep as he can. It's like, "I wasn't expecting another Yoma here. I will get the lady."
Yes, please do.
And gives you a knowing look.
Can I pet Boba while you're getting the lady?
Pet him all you wish, my lady.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Hi, my name's Azumi. I just started telling the doc, I'm Azumi, and we're gonna be best
I keep petting my to keep her calm, dog in the room.
Oh, and like, Bobo does not seem to care that there's a cat in here. He is just happy as kittens. Haha, ironic, to just have someone who is like giving him attention and pets. And he's a Shiba, so he has a very squishable face.
Yes. I'm involved, right? I'm just like, I love you so much, and I smell terrible, so it's like, I don't care.
He's a dog, he don't care.
He doesn't care either. We're just, and then my dog came up. Okay, I love you too, you little bitch.
Saito disappears down another side corridor, and when he comes back, he steps aside, and a woman comes out with pale hair, not quite white, but of kind of a very silverish color. Seems to be in like her mid-20s or so, wearing a very nice, luxurious like kimono, tied off, and it has the Lily Clan Mon on it. And she sees you, especially Nagashita, and she's like, "Welcome to the Sleepy Shiba Inn. My name is Yomasuchi." And her hair is long. It comes down to like the mid of her back in a ponytail.
Thank you for your hospitality in allowing me to stay. And also, my compatriots will need housing as well.
Of course. Anything for another member of the clan.
I nod.
I'm just like, hello, and I'm gonna quickly bow and then go right back to the dock.
Oh, she's smiles like, it's nice to know that Babo is going to have some good company here.
I love him. I love him.
He's why we named this place as
I
such.
I see it, and I'm living for it. This is you. This is the sweet. This is what's the inside of this place look like? Is it lovely?
It's very pretty. It's got
Okay.
nice hardwood floors. The shoji are decorated with like nature scenes across them. Every room has its own one. One is like a cherry blossom tree with its blossoms falling. Another is like looking out over a lake from a mountainside, things like that.
It's like
very
a themed
cozy.
hotel.
A little
It's like
bit.
themed. I love
And the
it.
theme is
So-
nature.
I love this. So looking around, I'll be like, you have a lovely place. Everything about it is so nice. I don't think I've ever seen anything so nice in my life.
You do me a great honor by saying that, Miss Izumi. And she like opens one of the doors, like, if you will step through here, while Saito will see to you, friend. Have you introduced yourself, right, Nagashita?
Yes.
Well, my friend will. Well, Saito will see to the preparations with you, Nagashita. Would you two like to join me for tea?
Yes, we're very gross because we've been traveling. Do you mind?
This is a place of travel as well. The smells of the road
Okay.
will not disturb me.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna nudge Masahiro and be like, do you wanna have tea? Do you wanna have tea?
Yes, let us enjoy some tea.
She bows and leads you two in the room, and then Saito looks to you, Nagashita, who will start with this, like, if you'll follow me right this way.
I follow.
And he takes you into one of the rooms, pretty far away from the others, opens the shoji and closes it, and is like, you're not actually from the Yoma. What are you here for, my friend? Don't worry. I'm kept up on all of the clan's dealings.
Excellent. I am Hoshimitsu Nagashita, and I'm here trying to investigate what's going on between the Empire and the Grass Clan.
He nods. He's like, I'll tell you that despite my looks, I am friends with a lot of people in town, in a lot of different places, and even I didn't know what was going on. I'll try to see if I can't make some inroads to get you into the palace.
Thank you very much. I'm just glad I have a place to stay and I don't necessarily have to travel the road with those two. Their altruism is going to get us in more trouble than that.
Understandable. While you're here, I think that one of the best places to start talking would actually be down by the docks. The dock workers go all over the city. Most of them are daytailers. They'll have to have heard something.
Definitely. Thank you for the direction.
He nods and is like, while you're down there, though, do be careful. We have had some issues lately with organized crime. I have, of course, connections there if you want to get in.
Is there someone specific I should mention? Should I have a problem?
There are two families that are currently here. One is supposed to be here. The other is from further down south and have been working their way in. They've been upsetting the peace, so to say.
Okay. Do you know which families they are?
The one that you should avoid are the Akuma family. They're from down south.
I am Akuma.
The Nomori family are from the capital. They take care of some of the poorer parts of town, places where the Emperor's light does not reach.
Okay, that is enlightening.
If you have any questions or need to make any connections here, look me out.
I absolutely will.
He dips his hand. He's like, now, you are free to come and join for tea, but I must attend to my lady.
Of course.
And he guides you in the room, and while they were gone, you two sat down at a nice, long table with a fire pit in it. And already there was a very beautiful metal tea kettle that was steaming up. And she takes it with, she has a pot holder to take it, and is very gingerly pouring you guys tea. She is doing a tea ceremony of welcoming for all of you.
But I love it.
And she puts it down, hands you each a cup, and is like, in the sight of the sun and of the moon, I welcome you to my home.
I repeat the proper response.
What is right? I was gonna ask what that would be. What
It would probably be like, we
We're
accept,
well,
yeah,
we're well received.
yeah.
and-
We respect, basically we accept your hospitality. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Blah.
Yeah. I do the thing too. Do it with gusto. We appreciate this.
Gusto one more time.
And she's
A
like,
lot.
if you look, I have prepared snacks for all of you if you would like to eat. I'm sure you're tired from your journey.
Oh, I totally forgot about food. This is spectacular. Thank you.
And there are steamed buns, there's red bean mochi, there's all sorts of sweets that have been set out.
Very excited. Very excited.
None of it is food, it's all pastries and
Yeah.
candies and stuff.
I have one mochi left, and I'm just eyeing it.
I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna eat one in the game.
It's a sweet sticky dough filled with a red bean paste.
And it's
Oh.
not red bean doesn't sound as sweet as it actually is. It's pretty sweet,
Yeah, it's a sweet bean
and it's
paste.
it's like a non-sugary sweet. It's like
It's a very starchy sweet, like a very
Ooh.
starchy gummy snack.
Yeah,
Ooh.
most
You
of
should
It's
try
like-
mochi in real life. They're really good.
Most of
I
the
will.
stuff is there's also matcha stuff. Almost none of this is going to be what we would call sugary sweet,
Yeah.
because they do not have a lot of sugar in their diet traditionally. Because sugar is from the New World.
There's an Asian market by my house, so I'm gonna stop by there to see if they have red bean mochi. So it's fucking
And
good.
the
That's where I get all
tea-
my bulgogi.
Is really good. It's perfectly steeped green tea with a little bit of matcha in it.
So happy. I'm just so extremely happy. Just what a fun experience. That is basically her whole shtick. It's just what a fun and interesting experience that I wouldn't otherwise be able to experience. And wow, the world is so interesting. That is the whole vibe that my character is giving. It's just
And she smiles at you. She's like, what business brings you here? Especially with one of my cousins.
oh, I didn't know you guys were cousins.
Cousins
He's
in the sense
lovely.
of being from the same family within our clan.
Right, for sure. Someone tried to kill my abbot.
Yeah, that gets her brow raised. She's like, oh. And
Yeah.
hands to her chest, all very daintily, oh my.
He's fine. He's incredibly agile, and he promises not to leave the monastery until we figure it out. However, he is one to tell tall tales. He's probably running around right now. But yeah,
I look over. I remind you, this is your abbot you were talking about.
I know, but he feels more like my dad. It's cool. It's cool. Anyway, we gotta figure out what happened. Who did it? I don't know who would have done that. He's such a lovely guy.
We also
You two are from the Butterfly Clan. Someone attacked the Ikuzen Order.
it's
Yes.
unfortunately true.
Yes.
We live in dark times if this is true, especially so close to a day celebrated by the gods.
I know. But hopefully we'll figure it out soon, and whoever did it will feel bad and not do it anymore.
With any hope, justice will come to them. But I do
Ah.
appreciate your kindness. Lady Izumi, was it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, and then
Thank you.
Lord Masahira.
I
What
give
do
her
you-
a nod.
What is your plan to do while you stay here? Will you be staying with us for the duration of your stay?
If your hospitality will allow it, I do enjoy it here. It is peaceful.
I would very much like to pet the dog again.
This place is funded directly by the Kaita Commission. There is nothing to worry about in terms of payment. As servants,
that's lovely.
as servants of the Emperor and the Shogun, you will be afforded the greatest hospitality.
Oh,
Give-
that's lovely.
I give her a nod, and I'm like, I also intend to seek out, niece
Yeah, the niece.
of of Saru.
Sarunami.
Yeah, of Saronami. I also have my own mission to seek out the niece of Saronami. She is at the war school?
Academy.
Academy, thank you. I was like, not college. War Academy.
The Imperial War Academy. It will be a short journey by foot, probably about a bell, to cross the river and arrive at the academy. I'm sorry that things are going to be so difficult with so many people out in force for the festival.
It is a surprising number of people that like to avoid religion when they proclaim to follow it.
This is everyone, regardless of how they view the gods, should be allowed to enjoy this time of year.
He was referencing the fact, he was making a slight at the fact that all he has to do is say a couple prayers and people will back up.
Yeah, because they're kind of like, weirdo.
Yeah.
Well, it's like you're trying to go up to a guy and sell him, like, trinkets, and he starts fucking quoting psalms at you.
Oh,
Hell
yeah. I mean, that is a really good way to get the guy to stop selling you trinkets in real life.
Yes, like I said,
Yeah,
he's dealt with people, and it's the most
If I
polite
ever
way.
go to a night market in Japan and someone starts trying to sell me stuff, I'll just start quoting the Bible at them and see if they go away.
Oh,
He locks
God.
eyes with you and starts quoting it back with you word for word.
Then you
For-
fall in love after kissing.
Yeah,
I was
for
gonna say
God's sake.
Masahiro would be 100% for it. Be like, oh yeah, let's talk. Okay, let's go. We'll talk about scriptures. I like this.
Oh, okay, it's okay. Okay.
What is this innkeeper's name that we're speaking with right now?
Yomasuchi.
Yomasuchi. So, how would I address her? Like madam or lady or?
Lady, madam, anything,
Okay.
as long as, basically just a term of respect.
Okay, so Yomasuchi. So I'd be like, Lady Yomasuchi, you seem very knowledgeable of things that occur in the city, maybe out of the city. Have you heard anyone say anything negative about the maybe the Butterfly Clan, or possibly the Ecos and Order, or just that they're unhappy with anything?
No, I will admit though, I do not have the ability to go into the palace and speak with the higher ups, but every one of the people I've spoken to speaks as highly of the Butterfly Clan as they do. She does catch herself say, they do say that your clan is strange, but only so far that your clan, and she's like very like taking her time thinking of the words to say that you guys are weirdos.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair. She's totally right. We're fucking weirdos.
You're
So
Us and our clan members are extravagant at times.
Your
I
kindness and your
Yeah.
extravagance borders on improprietous at times.
I'm sorry in advance if I ever offend you in any way. I'm sorry.
It's a good
I'm sorry.
distraction from the rigors of day-to-day life. I think you're delightful.
Oh, good. I like you too. I'm so glad we're here. I mean, it really is unfortunate circumstances why we're here, but it's nice to be out and see the world, and learn about new people. Yes, very much. I like it.
And it's about this time that Computer King Nagashita and Saito show up, and Saito's like, "Oh, got all of the snacks out and everything. You really do spoil our guests, my lady." And she's all like, "Oh, it's the right thing to do."
You're spoiled. Can you direct me to a bathhouse?
Oh, yeah, Saito's like, "Oh, sure, there's several around here. In fact, we have a small one on our property if you would like to take the time."
Oh, yes,
I
please.
too would appreciate a good bathing. It's been a long trek.
Yes, that'd be nice.
And
And smelling
Nagashita,
of horses is not
there was a
desirable.
shift in his demeanor when it was just the two of you, where now he acts a lot more bubbly and
Yeah.
bumbling. He acts kind of like a dumb ditzy blonde.
Oh, he's
Mhm.
me. Okay.
He's playing into stereotypes you guys have heard of Gaijin, that they are stupid and uncultured.
No, I don't like that at all.
And you can
Do
clearly
we-
tell that he is Sterlian, so what we would call European.
Okay.
Well, he looks European. He there are some things about like the shape of his face and his eyes and things to where he looks like he's Amakoan, but he is far too pale, and he's blonde, and he has blue eyes.
Do we roll something against him to see if like it's something we notice?
His behavior?
Yeah. I guess
Um,
not. We wouldn't really notice.
Yeah, you haven't seen him shift.
Yeah.
You've only seen him act like this. So whether or not you believe it is just how he behaves, or if you believe it is because he's
Masahiro has
Gaijin.
no reason to not trust someone.
Yeah, he hasn't done anything, and also like the thing that would be more of a question, is it just how he is, or is it because he's Gaijin?
Right.
But Nagashita,
Masahiro's
you would
not gonna
immediately
question
suss this out, that this is like,
Yeah.
he's a fixer who knows how to play people.
Oh. Yeah.
But he's like, "Of course I won't, like, disturb you. Like, much as I would enjoy to escort a lady to the bathhouse, I would hate to do something so rude." It flashing you just the biggest smile, Amy.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine. I mean, I just need directions so that
Of
I
course.
can go.
If you
there.
go out into the hallway, follow it to the end and to the left, you will find the back door. You'll see the steam from there.
Okay. Could you also tell us where our rooms might be?
Pick any of the two rooms you want. We currently don't have any guests staying with us.
Oh, that's exciting. How tall is this building?
How tall? It's one floor.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't have too many. It's a pretty smallish building. It
Okay.
has there's the tea room. There's about 5 bedrooms, 3 on one side, 2 on the side with the tea room. There's the main room, and then there's a backyard.
So when we get to the baths, are
Mhm.
they separated or
Yes.
just like a?
They are separated. There is a men's side and there's a women's side.
That's
I wasn't
fine.
sure how that's handled here.
I wasn't sure if it was gonna be like one big bathhouse, which I don't care.
Onsens are almost always separated by gender.
Okay. So I'll wave at you and fucking
Yep.
go in because
Yeah.
I'm fucking gross.
No one else is there. There's cubbies for you guys to put your stuff. And then you can just relax in the onsen and enjoy it. It's a nice, hot spring.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
The
You
horse
don't-
smell off of us.
You can feel, though, Masahiro, that this is not a natural one. This one has been attended to by Shigenja in order to convince water and fire spirits to create the conditions for an onsen. It's magical, pretty much, or artificial.
Can I talk to them?
Never.
You would
I will
need
say
a
a-
ritual to speak to the spirits.
Yeah, I will say
I
a
don't
brief
have any ritual.
prayer to the
I
spirits
do.
me too, as I enter. I'm not going to do a whole communion of spirits, but just a brief prayer for them.
Oh yeah, that's another thing is you can just the spirits might not the kami are not necessarily things that will speak to you. They are forces of nature.
Yeah.
But they do notice you and will always react to things you do.
I'll say thank you when I walk in. Thank you. This is so nice.
You guys get all cleaned up, nice and pretty.
Oh, that's lovely. I can see it in my mind's eye. I'm there for too long. I'm pruny. It's good.
I mean, you're free to be there. The only thing is, it's open air, so you're also under the beating sun the whole time.
Oh yeah, then I probably wouldn't stay pruny then. That if it doesn't have like a lid, a roof.
Yeah, there's no.
A lid. What is this? A crock pot?
Yeah.
Crock pot. I'm fine with that. Cook me. It's cool.
I'm there as long as necessary, but I also appreciate the sun more than you might. So.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, I'm outside a lot, so it isn't that big of a deal.
The sun.
But
The sun's my god.
The sun is warm and luxuriant, like a loving father. If only I could
like
be
a nice
so
hug.
grossly incandescent. But yeah, you guys finish up, get dressed again.
Oh, in the same clothes that we had.
You probably
Some
have.
good
You
clothes.
guys have multiple sets. You have like your traveler's clothes. You have robes, stuff like that.
Okay, I'm gonna get dressed in like fresh clothes. Ooh, is there a place to do our laundry?
Your clothes are actually gone, and there's a little note left by Saito saying that he's taking care of them.
Oh, this is very extra, and I appreciate it.
Now I can dress in my inconspicuous gear.
And I think we're actually going to start with the two who need to go to the War Academy, just because then there's two people going to one place. So you guys, do you set off immediately to go to the War Academy, or do you rest, get settled in your rooms?
Once we get everything into the rooms, I'll be ready to head out.
Yeah, I'm good. Are you and I sharing a room?
She said
Or-
pick any of the two rooms, or any two rooms, because they have 5 rooms and no one's staying there.
Okay. So I'll get settled. It's so nice. I'm gonna come and see you. It'll be like, my room is so nice.
Oh, yeah.
Is your room really
It's-
nice too?
It's small. These rooms could only fit one person, but they are very the mattresses are new. Well, they feel new in that they're not lumpy, or there's a nice one of those pillows that goes behind your neck, because this is Japan, so the mattress there's no like bed. It's just a mattress on the tatami.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a little
Okay.
place for you to sit, and like if you had like a hand mirror, get yourself ready. There's a place to put things next to the bed. It's nice.
This is lovely.
It's cozy. It's not
This is-
luxuriant.
Man, that's my favorite jam anyway. Like, I don't
Fuck
need
luxury.
luxury.
Give me cozy.
Exactly. Like, I'm gonna, Masahira, this is so nice.
The rooms are much better than the ones I had, back at the. Was it a monastery? What was that place?
It would have been a temple to Amaterasu.
Back at the temple. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys were kept in like abject poverty because
Yes.
the gods want you to suffer.
Right. I almost feel bad with how nice it is. Like, it just like when someone else did my laundry. Like, no one's ever done my laundry for me before. I don't know how to feel. Like, I'm just like, I can do it myself. It's okay.
And yeah, like when you
My
guys were
sacred
walking
clothes.
in, Saito was literally out back doing laundry, like has his hair pulled back into a little tight ponytail and like waves to you with this just dumb smile. He gives
Oh.
off severe himbo energy to you too.
I don't know what that means. What is himbo energy?
Him
Himbo,
bimbo.
a him bimbo just gives off good old
Oh,
drinks, respect women juice, fucking head empty, nothing there. It's so nice though.
okay.
And he's like, he's basically like the housemaid.
Right. I'm gonna stop by and see him go. You don't have to wash my clothes. I can wash my clothes. You don't have
Nonsense.
to
While
do
you
it.
are here, this is my job. I take care of the place and its guests.
Okay. Well, do you want some help?
The only help I need from you, my dear, is for you to relax.
Oh, okay. Okay. I can. Okay. I can do that.
Breathe. And he's like, breathe.
Yeah. Okay. Very overwhelmed. There's a lot of, this is big. There's a lot of people here.
Yeah, there are.
So,
Gives you
okay.
just like this dumb expression. He's like, yeah, there are a lot of people.
I know, he probably thinks I'm stupid, but really she's just flabbergasted by
No,
all
like,
of the things.
he's not meaning it that way. He's meaning like he's giving off a, yeah, there are. I'm dumb and don't understand the connotations of what
Oh.
you're saying.
Oh, I hate that for him. Would I notice that?
He has to play dumb.
Would I notice he's playing dumb though?
There is something you can do if you're looking to do that. Be social.
Okay.
I would say air courtesy. You could try and talk to him in such a way to try and discern if it is, in which case I would allow you to use air or water to either trick or charm with courtesy.
What would I say to him? I don't want to offend him. I wouldn't even know what to say. Because I don't want to offend him and just be like, you don't have to play stupid. It's okay.
Yeah. Or you
But
could
I
just
am
say
playing
something
stupid.
to try and get him to say something where you can't really, like, not trick him, but like trick or charm him into speaking in such a way where you can tell if he really is just head empty bimbo or
Yeah.
he is playing a game to be like, no one has to worry about me. I'm a non-threatening half foreigner.
Right. Okay. So where do you hail from?
Well, my mother was from the Deer clan. Not just a peasant, not a samurai. And my father was from Sterling. He left before the country was closed down.
Yeah. What made you come here?
I was born in the imperial capital, and after my mother
Really?
died, there was really nothing else I could do. I can't go out into the country looking like this.
Why not?
Well, I would get stopped by the border guards who would be
I look
asking if
aghast
I
at
have
her.
who would be asking if I have a pass to leave.
That's dumb. You shouldn't have to have a pass to come and go as you please.
The Immortal Shogun has made it so that foreigners must stay within a city with a nanban, or else they must be given a travel pass.
But are you a foreigner if you were born here?
He shrugs and goes, I look like it.
But you don't have to. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't.
Guys, I'm traveling with a social warrior.
I know.
Social
I
justice.
know.
I'm
monk.
going to-
Social justice monk.
Yeah.
I
social
mean,
justice
that's
monk.
fair.
I'm
I
gonna
don't-
fight for you.
Love the
I will-
idea
I
that you're
will.
like, I heard that you don't and then trail off. The idea that slowly but surely you're realizing, oh no, he does. He does have to.
Yeah.
He has no options. He's essentially trapped here.
Yeah. You know, if you'd ever like to come and visit my monastery, it's quite lovely, and you can just be yourself.
We'll treat you better.
I could not bear to part with my lady. And then he gives you this little goofy grin. It's like, she needs my help.
That's wonderful. She's invited too. Come and take a vacation. Bring the dog.
Bring the dog. That's the whole reason she's doing this.
But Babo loves it here. The place is named
I
after him. He gets so many pets from our customers.
I know. Okay. Well, if you ever decide that you'd like to, come.
You honor me with the offer, my lady. Now you two
Yeah.
run along and get settled. I will finish your laundry and I will leave it outside your doors.
Okay. I'm still very uncomfortable about that,
Wait,
but I
so
understand.
what are we dressed in right now then?
Probably an extra set of clothes.
So I don't have my sanctified robes.
No, but he also is like,
Right
don't
now
worry.
they are stinctified robes.
He looks to you specifically. He's like, do not worry. I know enough to take care of these and make sure that they are not besmirched by being in my presence.
I'll give him a little nod. Like, I appreciate all the efforts you do.
Of course, it is what I do for samurai.
I will have to find a way to return the favor, kind sir.
Yeah, he almost looks like, like, it's basically you can't, you shouldn't. Really. That's literally my social position is you can't help me.
I don't know. I just
I
you
hate
should
that.
really like kind of like puts out a hand palm up. No, you don't have to.
Yeah, don't give me tips.
I
Give me
want to
money,
give
give me
him
money.
money. Can I give him money? I'm going to give him money.
He will immediately turn you down and say if you want to give extra money, give it to Yuchi, because she is the one who owns the establishment and pays his wages.
Fine, but I just want you to know that you are appreciated, and I like you a lot as a person, and yeah.
You honor me, Lady Izumi. Now the two of you should run along before it gets too late in the day. I'm not sure how long the academy lets visitors in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's about 3 or 4 o'clock. So kind of mid-afternoon, early evening-ish is when you'll get there.
Just in time for the afternoon party. Wait, what?
Do you guys take the Hugo Bridge to get across?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna tag along because these two need help.
Fair.
I mean, the only reason why my character seems dumb is truly just because she's very overwhelmed, and this is all a very new experience. Maybe she'd be able to take care of herself.
We will take
probably.
Oh, and it's
maybe.
It is a work of architecture and engineering. It is a massive bridge that war junks and bunes can cross under. We're talking this thing is an arched bridge that goes at least 30, 40 feet up off the water's surface to let these massive warships pass by if they needed to. But right now it's mostly just fishing trawlers and can't remember the exact word, but those little Japanese personal boats that are basically like a half of a barrel.
Junks?
No, junk is a warship that have those like spidery sails.
Ah, yeah.
And a bune are the ones that look like boxes, like floating boxes with rows. Or rows of oars. Right now it's mostly just fishing trawlers and merchant ships, riverboats that are coming down the river and going off into the delta.
That's lovely.
Oh yeah, and so many fucking tourists. So many tourists.
So are you two worried that your Abbott's niece is going to be attacked the same way he is? Is that why you're coming here?
It is not the Abbot's niece. It is my Saronami, or my family leader.
My Saronami. Is someone cheating?
What's
She'd be your lord.
It is my lord's niece. She wanted me to check in on, or he wanted me to check in on her.
She.
Oh, was she? Okay.
Yeah, Saronami is a she.
She wanted me to check in on her niece, since I would be here anyways.
How do you intend to find out more about who sent someone after your abbot?
That's a great question, and I have no idea. I was given very little to go off of. It was just go to the city and maybe check it out.
You still
and
have.
I don't know where to start.
You still have that bit of the shinobi's uniform that tore off that does have a symbol for one of the imperial families.
Oh, that's right. So I'll rummage through my bag and I'll go, hey, have you seen this before?
You would immediately recognize this as one of the 3 imperial families that makes up the imperial court.
Oh, I'll tell her.
Oh, that's really high up there, isn't it? Okay.
The only people higher than them are the emperor and the shogun themselves.
Oh no. What the fuck? Why did he send me on this mission? This is a terrible idea.
Oh no, I'm a player character.
I just don't
I'm
think
meant
I
to
have.
be an NPC.
I might be. I might be. Cool. I'm gonna shove it back down in my bag and go, and that's it.
Well, we can always ask people. They say dock workers, considering all the places they have to work, are the best sources of information.
That would be a great avenue.
That would. You're very clever. I'm so glad we've met you. Yeah.
Meeting you was a great fortune upon us.
Yes. I will do that. I don't know. Do they work all night? Do dock workers work all night?
Here, yes. Oh, and maybe this is when you look out over the docks and you see one of the more fantastical things about this city, which is the sky fortresses. There are fortresses like Japanese castles that are flying on clouds.
Oh, so in
like
that
Goku
moment,
clouds.
right? So in that moment, Azumi'd probably be like, "Yeah, maybe the docks are over." Oh my god, there's what? How is that a thing? You guys,
Those are the
Can we-
fortresses.
can we go inside?
The flying fortresses do every now and... I mean, they do have to come down eventually because, the guards are like, hey, I want to go home.
Right. Who owns those? Do we know that?
The
or no?
Imperial Army. These are, they're meant to protect the city.
Oh, I would like to visit one. Can we? And I'm gonna tap. Fucking sassy. I don't remember your character's name. I'm gonna tap you and be like, I wanna go. I wanna go there. Can we go there? I wanna go there.
We can make our way there at some point if we are allowed.
Okay.
But I
Okay.
hardly think we'll be allowed up there.
I am making this my secondary mission.
Hi, guys. I'm some random civilian. Can I just go to McConnell Air Force Base?
I mean, you can. You just have to walk on one side of the red line. If you walk on the other side of the line, they fucking pew you because that's a thing and they have every right to do so. So,
Don't
I mean,
go on
technically
my
you
base.
can. Yeah, you can go on an Air Force base within reason, very limited reason. So,
But yes.
and that's not in all cases.
While you guys are getting ready to go to the War Academy, we're going to cut over to the other guys. And you guys have been on the road. I'll give you some highlights, because you guys are going to be on the road for about 5 or 6 days. Traveling, if you look to the map, you are about midway through the Maple Clan land. You have to go through the Crow, the Oni, the Butterfly, and then you'll be in the Imperial area. So while you guys are going through the Maple Clan lands, you are in some nice, luxurious plains, grasses that stretch off as far as you can see, floating bits of rock that just hang in the air, and even flying whales that feast on these giant chunks of rock that you see every now and then.
Oh, every time Hiroki sees one, he probably says some sort of haiku about fucking floating whales or something. He does that a lot, actually.
The sky whales.
Maybe to a slightly obnoxious degree. He fucking he makes comment about everything he sees, in a slight haiku. I need to start writing haikus, so don't ask me one right now.
That's what I've been doing in the
Yeah.
chat.
And then Shion's just like, if you keep this up, I'm going to have to start composing songs around these.
Well, that sounds wonderful.
If you keep
Poetry
this
and
up, I
music
might
are.
have to walk 50 feet behind the group.
Well, that doesn't seem very safe. I believe that someone like you, you are a noble, correct?
Yes.
Apologies for not immediately recognizing. My apologies for clarification. Like, every time he says something that seems vaguely a little mean, or like, not even mean, but just like poking at you, he just profusely apologizes and bows over and over. And he's like, I think it would probably be more wise if you stayed with us, Sir Noble.
Yes. Yes.
And what are your
Unfortunately.
thoughts, Koichi? Is like, right as you're saying this big fucking whale with wings for fins and teeth is flying overhead and eats this just floating chunk of rock. Flipping
Jesus
over
fucking
gracefully, making whale sounds as it does so.
Whale sounds.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Gladly. You please stand in front and please. I'll gladly stand behind you.
And
You
it
all
says,
would know that sky whales are harmless. Unless
yeah.
you're standing on those rocks that they want to eat.
Yeah, he says, only I could pet one day. I think that might make my life complete.
Did we just become best friends? Sorry.
And when I say
Jesus.
big, they are
Oh, yeah.
they are blue whale big.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. When you say sky whale, I feel that holds a connotation
Yeah.
that I can understand.
But you guys soon cross over. Once you cross over the first river in the northern part of the Crow clan's lands, shit gets just grim. You're in a cursed forest, and then a cursed swamp, and then a cursed forest, and then a cursed swamp. There is a fog, a general malaise, a darkness that never seems to go away. The sun never seems to rise as high as it should, and it is always quick to set a little faster. And at night, there are just strange sounds and feelings and eyes watching you. And Fukuro is like on top of her game that whole time, because you're hearing like one night you see like in this swamp that you're settled down in, there are just thickets of these masks that have been carved to look like people's faces just hanging from trees.
That's fucking creepy.
Oh.
And shit like carved on the trees that says like, "We are Shadow."
I don't like that.
Yeah, I think that Hiroki is probably he keeps his unflappably happy demeanor the entire time, and like anytime he sees something upsetting, he's just like, that seems like the thing that we should stay away from. Come along, and like just turns
Yeah.
into like an adjacent direct, like a rerouting, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and Shion would explain that those are signs of the Hitokiri, the man cutters. We'd
The
best not
fucking
stay
what?
here. Man cutters, the Hitokiri, they are cultists who live in these lands where the curses are stronger.
I know something of these people, like, and he kind of like leans in, kind of like waits for someone to interact with him.
No what?
I hear they cut men. And then kind of like leans back with like the wiggly fingers.
Fukuro just snorts and goes, "They also each believe that they are a living Shinigami, so a death god."
Yeah, yeah.
Lovely.
I
Their
feel like we
name's
should not.
Ryuk?
Oh, go ahead.
I was just making. Is the name Ryuk?
Yeah, right. I feel like we should not stop here for directions, but that is simply my intuition.
And every now and then you see one just watching you from a distance.
Quite
Oh.
often, I will wave to them.
Yeah, and they just like, I'll put a thing in. I'll have to do it after the game because I am the one streaming. But a picture of just like what these motherfuckers look like, because they dress with like masks that are meant to look like people's faces, and man or woman, they're fucking ripped.
Lovely.
Hell yeah.
And just watching you holding these
Wait, did you
big
just say muscle
axes.
mommies? I'm trying to be around that.
muscle mommies who are, and all of them are also bald.
Hell
Not
yeah.
Yo,
Head
low key, I like
bald.
short hair, so
Watch out,
like,
boy.
hold
They'll
it that
cut
far
you up.
away.
Oh, here she comes. She's a man cutter.
And
Here
you
we
can hear
go.
if you were ever close enough to them, they're
Wait.
whispering in like old Amikoan.
I was about to say, wait a second, was that Payne Dexter singing in the background?
Kind of shit, like
Yeah, oh yeah,
old
just like,
Amikoan that you guys have trouble understanding.
yeah, like, these guys are probably not great news,
Yeah.
but you know what?
They're a death
Um,
cult, so
Yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah.
typically try to avoid those, but, you know.
And once-
I would typically try to avoid those too, unless they're
Oh,
trying
we
to
got something in common.
get a sword, and then I wouldn't try and avoid those.
you guys
Buy your
want a
sword.
sword?
Then I'm trying to sell a sword.
Valid.
Yeah,
I do love that.
once you guys cross through the Crowlands, which there are safe spots. Whenever you get to a fortress that's run by the Crow clan, you are safe. They are just a very grim and dour people. They don't talk much. And they just look not sad, but like very resigned to being like, I mean, this is the shit they live in.
Yeah, no,
This is the fucking place they live.
I attempt to cheer them up everywhere that I go. I'm all jokes, all smiles, all the time. Somebody might say, "Wow, that's exhausting," at which point he'd go, "Oh, I didn't realize I was putting in work." Like,
Yeah,
you know.
none of them say that. They say that you exhaust them.
Yeah.
There's like, we only have so much air of life to give.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate that you think that one's life is wasted through merriment and mirth.
Life is to protect those who come after. We can hope for nothing more.
Is like look at the rest of the party and go, "These fellows are quite a tough crowd."
Yes, they're very sad. Can we get a move on?
Places to be, brother.
God.
But once you guys are in the Oni-chan lands,
Oh God.
Oni-chan.
their part of the
No.
world is actually very interesting. It's called the Copper Lane,
Uh-huh.
and it is called that because it is forever autumn.
Ooh.
So you guys go
I love
from
it.
fucking horrible shit swamp fog monster creature things out there, oh my god, I'm going to die in my sleep getting eaten by something, to it's autumn all the time, including the temperature.
That's
It goes from
phenomenal.
summer to autumn.
Lovely.
It's like Halloween.
The trees are in permanent bloom, which is where the colors are why they get the name, the Copper Lane.
Oh yeah.
But eventually I'll skip through the rest, because then you're going through lands where you've been before. Maybe you see like there's some extra guards along the road once you're on the tail road, because there's been a rash of bandits around here lately. Some samurai came through and cleared out a few of them.
Ah, that's very kind of them.
Yeah, you see like 2 guards, and one of them is like has a basket on his back and there's a little baby in it.
He just didn't take it to a woman, not even a woman.
No,
just
he
like
wanted to
someone who
keep it.
take care of-
He was like,
So he
it's
just
my
takes it on his
baby.
guard rotations.
What's he supposed to do?
Fucking give
You're
it to someone
taking
who's
a
not gonna
child
be-
with you on guard rotations.
That'd be like fucking like, oh yeah, this is cop and my detective and
Baby
my
cop.
partner, baby. Like, no,
He's like,
stop that.
Detective Baby Legs.
Yeah, it's Detective Baby Legs, except it's just Detective Baby.
the nearest village is so far out, I couldn't bear to. And the other one just goes, he wants to keep him.
Well,
They're gonna
I
cut that child down off your back.
All the more reason for me to be at the top of my game to protect this child.
love
Oh,
him.
Jesus
Can I get his
Christ.
name? Fuck you, GM. Can I get his name?
I will get you a name for this specific guard.
I would like to keep in touch with this guy and check in on that child.
His name's
Not only is
Hanmai.
that
We'll say that his name's
on my,
Hanmai.
yeah, I think that Hiroki is gonna make a pen pal here.
Is he
mainly
from a
because
rogue village? You know, I've heard a story once of a child coming in and slitting a diplomat's throat in his sleep.
that
It's
sounds
a
incredibly gaslighting.
Baby.
Yes.
He just sits like this
In
baby
the
is
story
like.
that I heard, their family was slaughtered in front of them by an enemy village, so they snuck in as an orphan. And I'm sorry, listen, I come from a world of diplomats. I hear horrible things. Horrible things happen to diplomats,
Ah,
but not me, 'cause
yes.
I'm not stupid.
Diplomat.
Speaking of stupid, what are you gonna do with that child? Are you honestly going to keep it?
Listen, I speak with the authority of the Imperial Guard when I say that I am qualified to raise this child. And he's
Oh,
like all flustered on his horse.
I think that you will make a wonderful father. And like Hiroki is gonna kind of like do that thing where he touches the back of your shoulder and like kind of like leads you away just a little bit and goes, "There are more flies to be won with honey than vinegar, my friend."
And his
Fuck this.
partner, when you're like, you'll be a great father, just like is like, please don't encourage Hanmai.
I just walk away. I'm like, oh, this guy is fucking delusional. They don't even.
Yeah, no,
He's gonna keep
naturally,
the child.
right?
I'm just
Like-
speaking to my brother.
I,
You gotta understand. Like, you see that this is stupid, right? Like,
No, side note, out of
mean-
character, I see that this is so fucking stupid.
But yeah,
but Hiroki's all about
Hanmai
positive
is just
energy.
like basically, no, I love it. It's a baby. I love babies. I will protect
Yeah.
baby.
oh no.
And Juro's like, he's gonna get this fucking kid killed, and then I'm gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if that's the baby from our fight.
It is.
Oh, absolutely it is.
This is the same
without
two
a doubt.
guards.
Nice.
The ones that Amy's like, ah, look at the cute gay couple that just want to adopt a child.
Yeah.
Or at least one of them does.
And then meanwhile, I'm just tearing him down immediately. You're a
Oh,
fucking idiot.
Yeah, and he's like, no. He's like pulled the basket around and is like talking to the baby as you guys leave.
No, me love the
I actually
baby,
would
the
like to
baby.
leave him a koku and say, this is for the safe raising of this child.
This is like, this is more
How
money than
many-
we see in a year. Together.
Make sure
I-
that the baby is raised well.
Thank
I
you,
am-
Samurai.
so curious about where you have all this money, you peasant with a great blade.
Do you say that to him?
Yes.
Basically, I don't know if I say it exactly like that, but I'm definitely going to pull, maybe not necessarily pull you aside, but
Yeah.
once we're away from the guards, I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna go, that is the second time that I've seen you do something big?
Yeah,
is that
because
the
you wouldn't have
third?
seen the third. You wouldn't have
That's
seen the
right.
one that I left to the bar. But yeah,
I'm about to say that is
like
the
once is an accident, twice is a pattern. Like
exactly twice as concerning, and with
Yeah.
that
You are
much
keeping
gold
track of your
and
money,
that
yes.
blade.
absolutely. Oh no, I wouldn't be giving these away. Just like, oh yes, I have infinite No, I have 2 koku left.
Okay.
I'm gonna say something 100%. I'm gonna look at you and yeah, I'm gonna very odd to see someone with no family
Yes.
name sprouting so much money.
Yes, I do find it interesting for someone whose clothes are such shoddy conditions that you
Well,
have just all of this wealth to throw around.
And I'm probably gonna lean in and I'm just gonna say, oh, don't worry about it. I just happen to have this. And just give them a big grin as if that explains shit.
Yes, just happen to have that, and I wonder why. And
Is
that
it not
blade
possible
of
that he
yours-
inherited it? Says Suguru.
Yes, my father was a very hard worker, very hard. He once brought in a harvest on a single parcel of land of 60 bushels of onions. You'd never smelt something so terrible.
Oh, no,
Samurai,
I think I am right now. And I just...
Oh, I
Fukuro's
thought
just
I
like, gonna
I
kill
want to
him.
look at that
I'm
blade
gonna
again.
kill him.
You want to look at the blade? He's gonna like hold and so.
Yep, I'm gonna look at you and I'm gonna go, a commoner inherited such a fine weapon. May I look at it a little closer?
Ooh, how
Please,
would he
he's
react?
a swords maker. It only makes sense that he would take a look at your blade, and I'm trying to hit him with I'm trying to reason with him. A courtesy social check, if you will.
Yeah, you can make that to see just
Yeah.
maybe how can. I'm not gonna say this is like you have to do it if it rolls good,
Yeah.
but like, how can? Because you realize you're in
Yeah.
a fucking really rough position right now, my man.
I just want to roll really bad. How
no,
do I do it?
If you
I'm
say
very-
no, that's sus. If you
No.
show them, the cover's blown.
Yeah, yeah, it's gonna be tough. But I want to get that roll to see how well he kind of convinces me, because that'll inform the way that I play this.
And
I think.
Shion is looking, especially like he's looking between you two, and is like, he's doing it in such a way where he's like not trying to be too suspicious, but he's like, if they try and start something, I will defend.
Okay.
This
And
person.
I give Shion a look, like a very like it's okay. Like Shion notices my eyes go from that normal like head empty vibe, and just a second they get real sharp and acute.
Yeah, and he's
as
like,
a very like, I've got this.
he like
you know.
has his good hand like that. He's just like,
I'd like
How do
to
I,
I'd like to
do this?
request.
mm-hmm.
Oh, go ahead.
I don't know how to roll.
Right? It's so hard.
Right?
I'm
It's
clicking
very
on
confusing.
courtesy, but it's not doing it. And
What
so
you
then
do-
I'm clicking on the die, but it's not pulling up a die.
Here, let me pull up your character and let me see if I can do it for you. So you go to skills, and it's a courtesy. So you click on courtesy, the word courtesy. It'll pull it up. Your reasoning, so that is an earth roll. So you will click on the picture of the mountain to set it to earth. I'm not gonna put a difficulty on
It
this.
doesn't pull it up for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You can difficulty it however you want, because I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's why I'm just gonna leave it as a TN1, because this is more to see how a character reacts.
It's not PvP
Yeah.
necessarily, but it's a player interaction. Like I'm not gonna make this difficult for anyone. I just want to like.
So there
I'm
you
gonna
go.
try and slit your throat if it's not the answer that I like.
So
That's
you
fair.
have you can keep 2 dice, and those are your results that you can see in there. I've already got the roll keep thing set
Okay.
up, so you can tell me what you want to
Cool.
keep.
And I am doing. I'm sorry. I'm doing a.
I will say you already have 2 successes that don't come with any strife.
Yeah. So I'm going to take. You know what? I'm gonna take the 2 successes. I'm gonna take the exploding, because one of those is an exploding success, so I
Yes.
get to re-roll, right?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna keep the exploding success and the success, and then I'm gonna try and roll again. And that's
An exploding
that's
success
with
and
the strife.
a strife.
I won't keep that. I'm just gonna take the 2 successes.
All right. So
Um,
you have 2 successes.
how do you word this?
Yeah, real quick, I have my headphones in, so I'm listening, but I need to do something super quick while you roleplay this out. Roleplay it out.
Yeah. I would like to say while Rowan is out of the room, even though I was gonna say to him.
All I was saying, I remember now, is
Mhm.
my brother was trying to look at your sword, and I was just saying, he is a swordsmith with much renown from the Sun Clan. We work with emperors. We work with daimyo. We work with government officials, warriors of the highest regard. He would like to inspect your sword. Maybe he could tell you what it's worth. Maybe tell you even some improvements that he might be able to do for you.
Ew, that's a really scary one. We work with the government. I
You
think
can
that-
always trust the government.
Yeah, I think he's going to probably look at Shion, look at you guys. He's gonna go, okay, the jig is up. You may look at the blade, but before you do, I believe that it is time that you know where I came from.
And
My
the
name-
truth shall set you free.
My name is Hiroki, and I am a poor peasant who found a dead samurai from the Grass Clan. I am one who's always had aspirations of protecting my village, which happened to be a casualty within the border of the Grass Clan. I've been traveling, and I was hoping to maybe use this blade to help other people and defend people who things might happen to. And I hand the blade over to Thomas's character. Careful.
Carefully. I want to look at this blade. What do I got to roll? How do I roll? He's not here yet, but I want to know. These are the
So you
things.
found this
Uh,
blade on the
I
body
will
of a samurai?
I will describe what it looks like,
Bet.
because I do know what it looks like. It's an odachi. It has a green and yellow kind of like leathered handle, right? Pommel. It
Mhm.
has some heraldry on the hand guard, and the back has a jade inset. As for the blade itself, it is just a long, immaculate blade with the perfect curvature pattern of the what do they do whenever they fold it and then they do the wipe on the side of the blade? It's got that just like perfectly. This is like one of the nicer blades you've seen, I think. Like
Fair.
by your standards.
Acid etched Damascus.
Thank you. Yeah,
There
it's
you
got
go.
the
So-
perfect acid etching on it.
So you mean to tell me you found this blade on a dead samurai, and now you think you're going to enact some kind of justice for a village that was decimated or something like that?
Oh, no. Revenge is not something that I wish. No, I wish to help people. I
You
I
wish
know
to
it is
become-
foolish.
And like at this point,
Ah,
Fukuro
yes,
steps up.
good for the sake of good in my line of work. That rarely ever is how things line
Fukuro
up. What is
steps
it you
up as you're
truly?
like, sorry.
What is it that you truly want? And I'm trying to do
Roland's
something
talking.
now. I have a skill.
Hold on.
I
Fuck
think
your skill.
probably I think you don't need the skill because Hiroki kind of wells up with tears and he probably says just I want to find a home. And kind of like pulls a tear away.
I'm gonna say you're gonna take a couple strife, but this is because this is the conflict between your ninja and your giri.
Absolutely.
Okay. He handed me
So
the
give
sword.
yourself
I
a void
want to
point.
look at it more.
As
Whoa.
when I yeah, and when I see that I struck a chord, I'm just going to cop a little sly grin. I'm not really super visible. I want to try and keep it hidden. I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm just gonna kind of back away.
I'm
and
gonna say
let
it'd be a
Akimasa look at the sword.
water smithing,
Slimy.
Water smithing? Fantastic.
because water
just, like,
is to
in my brain,
adapt
I'm like-
and to survey.
That's a little
Perfect.
something to remember for later.
What is
when
the
you really think
difficulty
about
on
finding
this?
a home?
Let's say 2.
2? Okay. Let's see. Water.
Yeah, while you're
smithing.
doing that, Fukuro would step up, and she shoulders past you, Kuchiki, like very much shoulder checks you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, are you saying that you doubt someone who would be a?
Dude, did I get no successes? Are you I got only opportunity. No successes on this.
I will
Um,
say that you can still re-roll 2 of those dice because this is. I'll let you use your keen sight.
Insight? That.
But yeah, she like does that, like shoulder checks you and then is like, "Right, would you speak out against a Nobushi? That is what he wants to
Never.
become, like me. Peasants who
never.
defend people because samurai like you won't leave your castles."
Probably
Perfect.
Well,
you know,
I'm hurt. I'm
he
not at
looks-
my castle presently, am I?
you look okay. You look hurt. I think at that, there's just a slight twitch of even more pain on Hiroki's face from hearing that.
But like, she's like, she got up in your face and was like poking at you, and Subaru was like, "Fukuro, stop it!" And she just stares at you from under the mask, and goes, "Yeah, not worth the time."
I got 2 successes.
Hiroki. Soon you'll find out that this is what all of the peasants are like. I know that you are new to this, but they're all like this. That's why we separate ourselves from them. So
Yeah, she's got a flaw where she has like bad temper. So
I look and say, "Well, sir, a peasant am I as well, and I do not wish to fight you."
and I
Well,
will say
isn't
real
there-
quick for the sword.
Yes.
This is a clan blade.
This is for sure a clan
This
blade.
is
I
for
know
sure
it's
a clan blade. And
Yeah.
that means this is a sword that is given as station to someone as a sign of their authority, the clan, and
Mhm.
is made by imperial smiths and is like, mwah.
This is quality.
This is
a
something that you
good blade.
wish you could make.
Yeah, this is upsetting to see, but he has it. But not yet. Not super upsetting. I am on to him. 100%. I am on to your guy. Um, having spent this much money and having this blade, I
Yeah.
know that a samurai would not part with this type of blade outside of death, and I know upon death another samurai would take this type of blade. So this man has either killed a grassland samurai, one high enough to afford the honor of a clan blade,
Only a
or
daimyo would have that.
yeah, or he is that fugitive that was talked about last night.
You know, I think in your heart, I think you would probably know.
Yeah,
There's too many coincidences lining up.
yeah, but I know my brother.
Yeah, you
So
do.
I'm going to
Hmm.
hand this blade back, and I'm gonna say, it's a fine blade, but I could make better.
Oh, I look at you, and like from traveling, I think Hiroki's pretty good. Maybe not at reading people, but at like getting to know people. You know, he always is asking questions. I think he kind of knows that you're giving him a bit of a pass, so he kind of looks at you, bows, and says, "Thank you. I try and take care of it and honor it for the ways that I can."
Yeah.
As you should.
And by the way, when I say you pissed off Fukuro, she's gone.
Oh.
But that's
Oh.
a thing that you guys notice is she's almost never visibly around you guys.
She just walks away.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean, fair
she's
dues.
just
If that's what you
disappeared.
need is to disengage, fucking do it, you know?
Yeah. But no, I'm definitely gonna have that in the back of my mind.
Yeah.
Suguru takes a deep breath and he looks like, oh fuck, why did this have to happen right here, right now? It's like, we should be able to reach the city by nightfall. Are we done arguing, children? Looking to every one of you in turn with that very stern, I am an upset dad face.
Yes, father. He definitely, yes, father. I've learned my lesson. And kind of smiles at him.
He's giving you his look that's like, now's not the time.
Yes, I think I got
Yeah.
everything I needed from
He's
this
nervous and
conversation.
anxious. Like I said, my guy's flaw is that when he's nervous or anxious, he reacts
Yeah.
with like inappropriate jokes. So this is right on brand.
And he's an ex-general, so he's very stern as a rule.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it's like, fine. Let's march then.
Yeah, and absolutely, he'd fall in line as if nothing had happened. And he's going to stick a little bit closer to the front, probably, and weirdly enough, probably to Shion, which I'd like to think that he and Shion have made a bit of a bond as they've traveled.
He's always like right next to you.
I probably somewhat weirdly ask Shion if he wants to take up the rear while I take up the front.
Yeah, and he makes sure to stay near Kochiki.
Mm-hmm.
Just giving him this look, it's like, Lord Samurai, you do understand that sometimes it is better to hold one's peace than anger your friends.
Me? I'm not trying to cause any trouble here. I'm just curious as to as to
I'm
as to what my companions are into, what their goals are, what makes them tick, what might bother them, just a little bit.
Oh, he gives you this look where he's like, yeah, I can, like, he's like, very much that, Thor smile look, where he's like, yes, but also you know that you are traveling with the Nobushi, who are peasant-born, so insulting the peasantry is insulting Fukuro, who often is the one keeping you safe at night.
Peasant born.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I'll watch my tongue from now on.
And when he says, I'm gonna look over and I'm gonna go, Kochiki,
What?
you need to watch your tone. There are superiors in our midst, I believe.
Yes, brother. Fine. Everyone, I think
Good
that you're
subtle
all
nod,
great.
actually.
You're doing a great job. This is one of the best walkings that I've ever seen. Continue it. Good work all around.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And he's just gonna
No,
keep
no,
doing it.
no. Thank you. Round of applause.
Yes, thank you, Lord.
Yeah, like, Shion looks to Yakimasu and is like, how do you deal being related with him?
There is a lot of fucking tension right now. Like one of the party members is like, "Fuck, please don't find me out. Fuck, please don't find me out." And everyone
one's
else
just
is like, "We
"Fuck
want to
you."
find you out." Like,
Well, one of them's just like, fuck you, party. All of you, I hate all of you equally.
yeah.
I'm just being a bad person all
No,
around.
I love how just so much of an asshole you are. Like,
I love
holy
it.
shit.
Yet you're always just
You're re-
slightly close enough to where you could be like, oh, you're just taking what I said out of context.
No,
little
you're really
baby."
good at needling, which is great because I know you as a person, and you're not that kind of person. Like, you're not a dick. Like, but you play a real good one.
So, yeah, we're gonna
Yes.
cut from
Years
you
of being around me.
guys. Because I want to wrap up with these guys going to the academy.
Perfect.
So when you go to the academy, this place is like Fort Knox. And you see, like, they have kids. It's like high school aged people. And they are training. There's a group of them, the, like, freshman year. All of them have their heads shaved. And they are drilling with Yari, so spears. And there's an old guy watching them. He's like, again. Terrible! All of you. 3 laps. Around the whole of the fort. Disgraceful. And, like, this is a military academy. They're gonna be dicks. But, like, before you can get in, 2 guards standing there cross their spears, and they're like, who goes there?
Greetings, I am Saru Masahira from the Butterfly Clan to visit. So, do I know that? What's the niece's name?
Good question.
Move it down.
But you would be able to say her name, and I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm still writing my
How
dissertation
dare
paper,
you? No, you're good.
so I am a distracted boy. But yeah, you would be able to say that, and they give you a look, and they're like, and the other 2?
Hey, hi, I'm who am I? Tori Izumi. With the Butterfly Clan as well. We came together.
And I am
Cheers.
Yoma Nagashita, and I am their traveling companion, and, well, I am here in the area simply to make sure the observation of the festival goes smoothly and properly.
they both look at you like even more suspicious when you say you're samurai. And these people don't look like samurai at all. They look like they are Ashigaru, so they are peasant soldiers. But look to you guys and they're like, cause no trouble. We will be watching you.
Wonderful.
Go inside the castle, or the keep. You will find the administration in there.
Okay. Are we going when the keep is not up high? Never mind. I got excited for a second.
The keep is the highest point of this place. This is a fort, and it's got like a mini castle in it.
Yeah,
I
she was
recently
hoping for one of the
that.
flying castles.
Oh.
Yeah, and I was like, no,
Yeah,
we didn't
you
go
wanted
there,
one of
so
the flying fortresses.
I did.
But
I did.
no, instead you go up like 11 flights of stairs.
Sure. This is fine. Very agile. Gonna ask you guys how you're doing.
Yeah, how
Everybody
are you guys
good?
doing? This is a lot of stairs.
Doing fine. Leave me alone.
Izumi is like bouncing up the stairs, and then like if you guys are like far behind, she'll come running back down and be like, "You guys okay? Everything fine?"
I'll look at look to him and say, "Is she always this exuberant?"
She can be. I give out a little cough.
I'm sorry. Listen, maybe I'll just meet you up there. It's fine. It's just gonna run it back up the stairs, and maybe like a few minutes later, she'll be like, "You guys are really taking your time. Are you sure you're okay?"
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys eventually get to the top. You walk in, and it's mostly staff mingling because it's later in the day. Students are either in their last classes, or if those classes have already finished, they've probably gone to supper or to study. And the person you notice right away is there's a guy there who does not look like he belongs. He has a very long beard, comes down, about halfway down his neck, with a waxed mustache that curls like this. He's in a military uniform from what we would say today is like from the early 19th century. It's a blue and white uniform with like just decorations all over it, and he has a tall not a tall cap. He has like a beret on, nice well polished boots, very pale, very like rough face. He's older, and just like his facial structure is very rough, very wrinkled, very stern look with an upturned nose, and is like talking
Hi.
amongst a couple people. But he's like seems to be the person who at least gives off the air, I'm in charge.
Perhaps we should let him finish. As
Oh.
you probably approach to say something.
And he's talking to a couple students and is like, finish, dismissed. And they bow, and he just rolls his eyes, and instead of bowing, he snaps a salute.
I unleash the Kraken. Go, Amy, get him.
I know. Okay. I didn't know I was the Kraken. I got very excited. Hello. Hey, my name is Izumi, and this is my friend, Masashiro.
You got it! He turns and just stares at you with this look that is as cold as winter.
Maybe we come at a bad time. I'm very sorry. Hello, I'm from the Butterfly Clan.
I'm Vasily Dzarovich. I am a professor of tactics here at the Imperial War Academy.
Hi, you seem very in charge.
I am.
My friend. So sorry.
Do you have any reason to interrupt me while I am speaking with my students, or...
That's a great question.
I will step forward politely and be like, greetings, I am Saru Masahiro. I am here to visit a student. Name.
Yeah. He
Name.
scoffs And he's like, you won't find her here.
Ah, then you will kindly take us to her, yes?
I do not know where she went, but she is no longer here. Flunked. Expelled. Pitiful.
As of when?
As of the end of the last school year.
And this was not sent towards Saronami.
It should have been, but I do not tell the scribes what to do. It could have been intercepted along the road. Your roads are dangerous in these lands, full of banditry.
Did he say your roads?
Your roads.
That's
He's saying that as like a
insulting.
fuck you to all the... He is very clearly foreign.
Oh, okay.
You guys would
Oh.
very immediately be like, oh, this guy is from Revnea, which is one of the few well, it's a nation that is close by, interacts with you, has interacted with Amiko a lot, almost always negatively. They are far beyond your country technologically. They are ruled by an ice queen and a court of ice witches. And their country is a military police state, where civilians are regularly encouraged to join the military to advance their social position, and to rat out their neighbors for social position. By anything you do wrong, tell the cops, who are also the military.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Cool.
It's almost like real world Russia.
Excitingly dangerous.
Yeah, I got real excited about the Ice Queen part, and then you were like military state, and then I got less excited. So cool.
Yeah. And I will put his
Cool.
name in right now. Vasily Diznarovich.
You seem like a very smart man.
Why else would I be here teaching tactics to Amekoans?
Okay.
Where can we? Would he be the dean of the school? just a
He's one of like the teachers.
Okay. Where can we find the head of the school? I must ask him questions.
The dean can be found in her office. He nods in another direction. He's like, but if you are trying to get this person brought back in, I would sooner eat dirt than teach them again.
Did you know that you can make a really good tea with dirt? It has to be a very specific kind of dirt, though.
Ha! I am not surprised that you would try to drink dirt.
I mean,
I
it's
was
the,
gonna.
The man right here.
the whole world is our oyster.
Are there any other students that had close contact with her that you, shall we say, rescued from her by getting her out of their lives?
He thinks on that and like actually reaches up and like twiddles with his waxed mustache and is like, there was a peasant girl named Sanba who was her roommate. And he like says
They
like
were
where you can find her.
roommates.
They were roommates. Sanba is probably the person who knew her the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Finally, someone who speaks with respect. Without going on and on about other things, looking at you, Masahira.
Respect is earned. And I give him a nod and head towards the dean.
Your face, my whole face goes.
Respect is-
Yeah, he just looks at you. You hear him like when you train. He's like,
Keep
muttering
my eye-
something in not Russian.
Not Russian.
Oh yeah,
Right.
like Rezhnaya is clearly Russian, with a name like
Yeah.
Diznarovich.
Because like my honor and status and stuff is it's slightly higher than normal people, even like normal.
Yeah,
samurai.
and this motherfucker came at you.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
basically like, fuck you people, I hate all of you, I'm stuck here teaching a bunch of filthy savages.
Yeah, that sucks for him.
Yeah, we are
Well,
going to, though, with him, with a very, like, and by the way, this dude looks like he has a rod up his ass at all times with how his posture is perfect. but like snaps his heels together, turns to leave, and you guys going to find the dean is where we're gonna wrap up for now. Right as the rest of the crew is rocking up on the white gate.
Whoa.
Yeah, boy.
I can't wait to meet everybody except maybe Garza's character because he's so slimy.
Oh, I'm so excited to meet every single one of you and find
Hey.
out exactly what it is that bothers you.
You
It'll
actually
be great because now I'll have less attention on me, which means I can just spend more time needling and ship posting you.
Well, see, Garza's character
I know.
actually.
Oh, you know, that's fine. I don't care that you know. You don't seem like a dickhead.
See, Garza's
Oh,
character
you'll know
will,
eventually.
will actually want to meet mine because he is the higher status.
Ah,
And
That'll be good.
Before we get to sign-offs,
I
we're
mean,
gonna
I'm
have a
technically higher status.
we're gonna have a little ending scene. And it's we get a thing it bounces meanwhile at the Imperial Palace. And Sashihiro A, we're following behind her. She walks out onto a patio in one of the upper levels that looks out over the city. And there's someone playing what is it called? Shakuhachi? It's a Japanese flute. And a man with white hair who we see his face is calm as he's like sitting very still in meditation, and his face is strange. There's not the look of youth, nor is there the look of age. But when Sashihira comes up, the flute player stops, and the man opens his eyes, and his eyes are a brilliant violet that almost seem to faintly glow before he looks over to the flute player and waves them away. And then motions for Sashihira to come forward. And every time we've seen her before, she was like, not quite as much of a military stick up her ass as Diznarovich, but did seem someone who knew that they were in a position of authority. But she seems much more relaxed as she goes and sits down next to the Shogun. And she like dips her head in, and he's like, "It's just the two of us. You know that you do not need to be like this around me." She's like, "Yes, father. I wanted to say that the mission was accomplished." And he nods and takes a deep breath and says, "And the woman you had perform it? I can't say for certain, my lord."
But I think she might be a pussy.
Yeah, she wants you, bitch. Loyalty. I informed her of the importance of loyalty within the Empire. As you should. Have her speak to me at her earliest convenience. I will see what I can learn from her. And he, like, raises his left hand, and we see that there's, like, the veins in it are discolored violet as well. As he just kind of, like, holds out a hand, and she takes it as they both stand up. And he's like, "You've done well, my daughter. Rest." And she bows deeply and snaps a salute. And she leaves, and we get just a thing of, maybe this is right as we see the rest of the party walking into the gate. Night is starting to fall, storm clouds are forming out to sea, and he just looks over towards the cameras. A crack of lightning highlights him, and we will end it there. Let us start with Amy.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Maybe getting today. I played Izumi, and she got 1 out of 2 of her party members' names correct. Very exciting time.
Nice.
I know. Very
Honor
exciting.
roll.
Yes, better than last week. That's for the week before. Let's see here. When I'm not in this, being a ditzy sort of samurai, I'm in Gunner's Wednesday game where he perpetually attempts to TPK us, and I fucking love it. It's fun. It's D&D 5e, and it's great. And then on Thursdays, I'm in Mira's game where she perpetually tries to give us extreme emotional trauma, and I love it. I love it. I fucking good shit. So that's Cyberpunk. You should check that out. And then it's this, back to this, and that's me. Unless you want to buy stickers, then go to hypegraphics.co. It's .co, not .com. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Because M's are expensive.
M's are fucking expensive.
Garza.
It's your boy. I am the real Garza. You can catch me here every other Friday. I am a slime ball. Am I good at role playing? Am I projecting? You may never know. Also Wednesday nights, 11:30. Flanagan. Also, am I projecting? I don't know. He's a douche canoe. Watch me be awful in a different way. Love. I'm out.
All right. Next, let's go on to Mira.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mira, also known as Mira Shades Gaming, and you caught me tonight playing Hiroki. Hiroki's entire strategy is lie, 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 lie. My whole clan's dead, and I don't know who wants to kill me. Fucking lie. But he's a good boy, so it's like it's hard for him to lie. It's that grass clan in him that's able to bend and flow with the situation. If you enjoy this game, you might also enjoy something with way more trauma, which is my Thursday game I run. It is woo! Sorry, excuse me. It is a we had a session and a half yesterday. Well, we had more of a half session. We weren't actually streaming audio for half of it. Apologies. But it was a crazy sesh. Mondays, I'm gonna be in the new Shardverse thing. I don't know anything about it, so I can't say anything about it. And Saturdays and Sundays, I'm in Brian's games. However, Brian is camping right now, so he is not going to be running those this weekend, or I think even next weekend. So, if you want me, yes, me, to run one of your games, check me out at mirashadesgm@gmail.com, or you can call me at 620-218-9949 because I'm lonely. Or you can message me on Insta at mirashades_gaming on Instagram. It's $20 a head. I'll run whatever you want me to. And that is going to be my outro.
Yay.
Whatever I want, Mr.
No,
Gray.
no ERP unless you're going to pay me $100 a head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's move on.
What is ERP?
Erotic role play.
Oh,
It's role playing fucking.
okay. Thank you for the clarity.
Lots of peanut
I mean-
butter and whipped cream at all my sessions.
Lots of cum golems.
And apparently, $20 for head.
Don't
$100.
Oh,
$100. Mira ain't that cheap.
Yeah, right?
But
You underestimate me.
speaking of someone else who, fuck it. Computer King, go next. You're next.
Okay, I'm the Computer King.
I couldn't find a good
the
segue.
Gentleman supervillain, and yeah, I'm sneaky. Yeah, I'm helping a couple of people because they're clueless, and because I can use them later on to help me gather information. Because who wants to go to the docks all by themselves where someone can jump you, unless you bring along a couple of monks to kick people's asses with you? Sure, they'll be looking for their own information, but I kind of like having a little entourage with me. On the upcoming Monday I'm going to be in the shard of the Shrikeverse.
The
It's
shark
a small piece of whatever someone shattered an entire reality into, multiverse into. And on Thursdays, I'm in New Amsterdam, and I didn't suffer as much emotional trauma as everyone else. I did get blown up a little bit, but that's okay. At least
this
someone
is just
didn't.
physical trauma.
At least someone didn't.
It happens.
Yeah, at least someone didn't drug me, or I didn't wake up not knowing what the fuck happened to me the night before. So, other than that, if you're wondering what, if you have very interesting nights of burgers, drinks, and salsa music,
Yeah.
you might want to be you might want to be interested in my podcast, Into the Dark with the Computer King, where I talk about BDSM. Yeah, burgers, drinks, and salsa music, uh, and other
Garza,
things.
stop making the fuckboy face.
I can't help it. I heard something beautiful.
We can't help it. He is a fuck boy.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Am I projecting ? Underline 3 times.
I need to know.
ComputerKing.buzzsprout.com.
Ooh woo. Buzzes your sprout? Alright,
Oh,
with
yeah,
that, we're
no
gonna
problem.
move on to fucking Thomas.
Baby.
Baby
That's me.
hands.
You caught me here playing Agamichi Shusagara. Fucking y'all can also catch me playing a little bunny rabbit named JR on Wednesdays. I was sick a couple Wednesdays ago, but I'm back again, so not a problem there. Other than that, I don't really do anything else on this channel. I play in this game and I play in that game, and I'm the greatest in both games, obviously. So that's why you should check those two games out. Other than that, in the games that I'm not playing, there are other people who are the greatest of those games. Hard to believe, but hey, it happens. And you should check those people out as well. But mainly check me out because I'm the greatest. I mean, but the other people are super dope too.
Sure.
And now, last in line, but certainly not last in our
Very
hearts,
much least.
Daniel.
Yep, very much least.
Shut up and
Yo.
just do your fucking outro.
Fuck you, Daniel.
Dunk.
Not giving you no pity!
It's your boy, Sassy McNasty69. What's up? Yeah, you caught me here playing Masahira. Sorry, Masahira. God, I'm so bad at intrigue and political, but I was just like, you know what? This dude's a bitch. I'm just like, respect is earned, and just walk away without acknowledging him anymore. Like, my character doesn't like using his status, but fuck this dude. Yeah, you can catch me here on fuck days. Wrap around Wednesdays over the horizon as Gideon, the guy who keeps dying and has the lowest armor class, even lower than the mages. Which
The
is
party's dead.
the party's
The
dead.
party's
Easy to
dead.
hit.
He's dead.
Yeah, the party's dead. That's accurate too, in more the ways than one. That poor party. Yeah, you then catch me the next day on Thursdays in New Amsterdam, drugging people and getting drugged, and then blowing their head off with a shotgun in my hand. Ah, great times. Yeah, that's it right now. It feels like I'm in a lot more, which I kind of am, but I'm kind of not.
Alright, next we're going to go on to me! I'm actually last.
Gross.
Yeah, I know. Hi ho, friendolas. Jesus Christ, shut up, it's Rachel.
No.
Hi ho, friendolas, it's me, Rowan, otherwise known as Night. You caught me here today running the Immortal War, where, man, I think we got a lot done this week. Which is good, because this is only every other week. I can't wait for us to come back. Maybe Brian will be back, and we can have something where there's going to be some, oh shit, you have to talk to the boss about your weekly performance, or your quarterly performance review.
Daddy?
Shogun, sorry. You can also find me here Monday, where I will be in the Shardverse. I don't know what I will be playing, but I will say we're gonna be Power Rangers pretty much, because we have a Megazord, and there's mechs, and I'm probably gonna play Nanoside, I think, question mark, so I'm gonna be made of tiny robots. I'm gonna be made of tiny robots in a robot that's a tinier robot that forms a bigger robot. Ah! You can also catch me here on Wednesdays where I play Sinel, the artificer that no one respects, unless they're like, I broke my equipment because I can't kill Our party is so sad we can't kill oozes.
I respect the shit out of you, damn it. We're gonna be friends.
Drink your artificer respect juice.
Start calling me pretty.
No,
Good
No.
night.
he's not into shorties.
Everyone immediately goes, no.
No.
Wait, did you
And-
just say that he's not into short people?
Yeah, and he's literally a
No,
gnome.
fuck you. No, fuck you. Fuck you. Short kings out there, I'm here for you.
You got to be at
kings
least
for life.
5'11".
Short kings are. You guys are. You know what,
Short
Rowan?
kings
I
for the
lost
short
a
queen.
lot. Yes, true. I lost a lot of respect for you just now, Rowan.
Listen, it's my
Just
character. He's a bitch.
Can't lose something I never had.
You can also find me here Thursday, and that is New Amsterdam, where shit got real. This character said never again, and he means it, and he's going to put on his suit of fucking power armor and go Nazi stomping, which is going to be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to do that ever since I knew United Front was a thing. I was like, Mira, please, I must kill Nazis. It's fun. They're not people.
They're not people.
And
No, the worst part is that they are people. That's the worst part about it.
Not
They
as
were
far as the
people,
Geneva
because now
Convention's
they're-
concerned. Yeah, they're about to be, this is an ex-parrot.
Mhm.
And that's it for me. So I think we are going to get out of here on R.I.P. Oh fuck, what do we R.I.P.? R.I.P. Saito. And get
Grass
out of
Clan?
here.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yeah, R.I.P. Grass Clan. Let's just do that because we're gonna keep doing it.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Grass
Grass
Clan.
Clan.